Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to a Wrestling Gap. That's Delitha. I am Travis. It is Monday, and that means it's time to talk about the Super Bowl. Because I know people are going to want to. Oh, yeah, that too. There's actually wrestling on. But there was
on for the Elimination Chamber is going to be happening.
There was a concert last night. It was a big deal.
We have Walter in the chat. That's it. This is Hey Travis, hi Daphne, and
hello,
Raw tonight, good matches.
There
Friday,
should be.
he saw the movie Argyle with John Cena in it. Good movie.
I'm looking forward to that one.
I didn't know he was in that. Is he in that? Argyle?
Must be.
I didn't realize that John Cena was in that one.
54 nights. Cody Rhodes becomes the new champion of the world. You didn't know that?
It's going to be a much of a joke as yesterday was.
Oh, here comes the New Day. Is it going to be Big E?
Take some things off. April.
For Mania?
For WrestleMania weekend. So I have a weekend.
Right.
Take a few days off.
Monday and Tuesday. Or prior, I guess. It's Kofi and the third wheel.
Walter says, okay, at 9:05 I'm going. I'll be here Wednesday for AEW. Still here. Sorry, is that mine?
Human hair. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay. Walter says Jey Uso and the New Day for the win.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to see Jey Uso team with the New Day after being in the Uso penitentiary for so many years?
How dare
They're like, hey, I have an idea.
You know what?
Put
We
you
know
in
you
a
want to be a
singles match.
singles wrestler, but that's a joke. So we're going to stick you with a group of people just because they need an extra.
Your rivals.
Rivals.
It's like taking Michael P.S. Hayes and putting him in the freaking Rock and Roll Express.
Now he's got yeet pants.
Yeah, wouldn't have you.
He almost didn't make it up there.
I need to stand on the table.
He almost fell. He almost didn't quite make it up there, so he almost fell. Pat McAfee's getting the crowd involved with his dancing around.
As
Poor
he
Michael
should.
Cole.
Yeet!
That guy over there. Walter says that, and Robert Warning's in the chat. Hey, Robert says, hey, what's up now, much Robert? How was your weekend? How'd you start your week out with? Good? Bad? Hopefully good. Qualifying match underway, they say.
So qualifying.
So much fun to qualify. Well, did you figure out if you could do more?
I haven't measured. I didn't have time. Took me that whole time to do this.
Walter says, Mike Daphne. Oh, you couldn't hear me, Walter?
Boo! They're like, we don't want to hear just Travis.
I'm so loud, I don't know how you couldn't hear me.
Well, it's not that they can't hear you. They can hear you fine. It's just echoey. Nobody wants to hear echo.
Oh, if it's that far away. Echoey.
Yeah, because mine's picking it up as well.
Ravi's in the chat, says, what up? Not much, Ravi. How are you doing? Have a good weekend? Did you work?
There's so much to eat in here.
Sounds gross. Sounds like that's a problem.
So much to eat about. Your boots have steel toes. You felt them, didn't you? What he's probably getting on the table.
She says, poor Michael Cole.
Emporium.
Walter says, much better. And Robbie's like, I'm all good. Was off. Good. Well, good. Glad you got some time off. Brandon Stevens in the chat says, hey, Gab Wrestling. Hey there, Brandon. How's it going there, my man? How was your weekend? And we've got Imperium coming out. Jesus, I'm pretty sure that they're wearing their underwear for one. And I'm pretty sure
Ludwig
Van Kaiser's pants get smaller and smaller every fucking week.
He's going to go into one of those, like, mankini things.
It almost looks like it's like, dude, okay? What the fuck? Oh, Brandon's like, Liv Morgan is gonna what? Is she gonna marry you?
She's either gonna win or lose, because she's wrestling later.
Harley's in the chat. Hey, Harley says, what's good, everyone? Oh, you know, just sitting here on a Monday night watching stuff from last Monday. Robbie says, was spinning some tunes on my mate's TikTok radio. Chris says, what up? Not much, Chris. How are you doing? And Walter says, today rain and windy weather. Oh, did you have to work today, Walter? And Chris says, Gunther time. Yeah. Gunther out there. Ludwig Kaiser's out there with his man panties on. He literally has manties on tonight, guys. Literal manties.
He's got like the bikini brief.
Yeah, basically. Robert says, how y'all doing? Pretty good.
Good.
How are you doing? Hopefully you had a good weekend. Walter says NBA All-Star Game this weekend. Oh, was that on this weekend or is that this weekend coming up? Was the All-Star Game this weekend or next weekend?
Didn't have no idea.
I don't know either. I don't watch that stuff.
Is it even on a weekend? I thought the All-Star Game was like on Monday. Aren't they on like a Monday or a Tuesday or something? Maybe they're on Fridays. I don't remember. I know it's All-Star Weekend, but that doesn't mean anything. It's the same in baseball, and they don't have the game until like Tuesday.
Right. Walter says, I'm off today. Oh, nice. He had the day off. Good deal. Harley says, doing good. Just getting over a really bad head cold. Oh, bummer.
It's always nice to have the holiday after the Super Bowl off.
Holiday after the Super Bowl. Robbie says, met up with one of Dread's today and randomly went to London for a burger and fries and a few beers.
Hell yeah.
Like a dreadlock? You just randomly found a dreadlock on the street?
One just laying there and you're like, you know
took
what?
It to lunch with you.
I got this. I'm going to drink in London.
And of course we have
Party people.
Ina. Right. Robert says, I'm great, just chilling and excited about what the Chiefs did winning the Super Bowl. Yeah? I'm glad the Taylor Swift won. Good for her.
Yeah. I mean, she needed it. She's had a bad year.
Walter says, Thursday, my birthday, turned 49, but have to work. It's fine. Yeah, Walter, I understand that.
How many times have you turned 49?
For the last 9 years.
It was on the
Office earlier.
The
Office earlier. Well, happy early birthday, Walter. We'll try to remember on Wednesday to say happy birthday. Are you going to do anything fun for your birthday? Are you going to do anything fun that weekend? You can have a party that weekend for it. Chris says, since football season is over, it's time for baseball season. Motherfuckers. Astros 24 World Series, baby. Robbie says, nah, Dread is Jamaican for friend. Oh.
Why are you speaking Jamaican?
Is that a new thing that England is doing? Is Jamaican
friend
words?
locks? Are there the hair's friend lock?
I guess so. Now we know.
And is it
more
locks
you know with
because
Robbie.
it's like locks of hair?
Tied together with grossness. And Walter says,
How is friendship grossness?
No, I meant the hair, how it's put together.
Friendship.
I don't think that's how real dreadlocks are made, though. Real ones on their heads with hair is not. Walter says Wednesday is bingo this week. I want to win. That's a good attitude to have. Because you'll probably win.
Manifest it.
Sophie says Taylor Swift's team won the Super Bowl. They sure
did.
Walter says on my birthday, get cake and dinner, open presents. Nice. Well, there you go. Cake for dinner, presents. Who doesn't want that? And Robbie says just Dread for friend.
Dread friend.
Yeah, but
Dread sounds like a bad word.
Dreadlocks
like I dread
means
that.
friend locks.
Emporium, take it over.
This is what? That's what? He said this is something. I didn't hear what he said.
Probably Emporium.
Maybe. Harley says, so me and my girlfriend got into an argument about a chocolate chip cookies is overrated or what?
Or are they just rated right?
We're at a commercial break, guys.
What
We
do you
did
think?
start Raw out with a 6-man tag match. New Day plus Jey Uso Yeeter Man against the Emporium. Or Imperium. However you want to say it.
Well, one way is right, one way.
Imperium. And also, what's his face on the team? Ludwig Kaiser has some interesting issues with his mantis tonight. I swear they're getting smaller with each episode. Walter says, I guess the QB of the Chiefs is going to Disney World.
Maybe.
Is he?
Is it because he's a Muppet? Are they allowed there? Are the Muppets Disney? They're Disney now, aren't they?
I don't know.
I think the Muppets are Disney.
I feel like that's overrated for them to say they're going to Disney World. I feel it's overrated. Robbie says, so I would say when I meet my friend, yo, what you saying, Dread? And he would reply, all good, brudda.
Because you're
Do
trying...
you guys do that to think like you're cool? Like, it's not really like a thing, but you guys try to make it a thing, like fetch. Like, you try to make it happen. But it's only happening within your own little group.
That's all that matters. You only have to be
I'm
cool
just
with
kind
the
of
people
curious
that you know.
because I feel like that is probably not something if you went to Jamaica or listened to Jamaicans amongst themselves in Jamaica talk to each other as friends, would call each other Dread.
Or brother with a Jamaican accent, which is brudda. Brudda.
I mean,
Brudda.
that would be their accent, though, not like I'm saying it because I'm not saying it with an accent because that would be weird and that'd be kind of mean because I don't think I could do a Jamaican accent.
You gotta make the London one.
I need the what's his face off of Trading Places. I need
Eddie?
Nope, other one.
Oh, that's right. With his blackface. Dan Aykroyd.
I need Dan Aykroyd to help me with that. Walter says, good wrestling this week. Well, they have to do something, right? They do have a pay-per-view coming up and a lot of controversy and stuff. So they got to do extra, right? And they got to make up matches for Elimination Chamber. They got to get people in the Elimination Chamber and stuff. So we're going to see some of those matches as well.
Punched him in the face. Oh, another punch.
And right now, if you're just joining us, the first match of the night on Raw tonight is a 6-man tag team match. Jey Uso and the New Day versus Imperium. Anyways, let's see. Robbie's like, in England, that's what we say in England. Harley says, if chocolate chip cookies are overrated or underrated least. You know, I would probably say, Harley, that more people probably like chocolate chip cookies than don't.
Right. But there's other cookies out there. And there might be some better ones, but you could always just pick chocolate chip, take them to work, and then everybody will be happy.
I really seriously think it's just a personal preference, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, because a lot of people like chocolate chip cookies. I'm kind of a snob about my chocolate chip cookies. I like some chocolate chip cookies, and there's some I don't like at all.
Right. I'm just saying, if you're going to work and you're taking cookies for everybody, and you bought like a con almond or something, not everybody's going to want those. But if you take just chocolate chip, you're going to pretty much make the whole crowd.
Yeah. If you just bring oatmeal cookies, people are going to be upset.
Yeah.
Because not everybody likes oatmeal cookies. I'm a weirdo. I actually like oatmeal cookies.
Or like peanut butter oatmeal or something. So it's kind of like a weird mix. But people will be like, oh, I want it because it's a sweet and it'll give me some energy. But in reality, it's not as good as it would have been.
Robbie says, but in Jamaica, they would say dread or star. Just out of curiosity, Robbie, do you go to Jamaica often?
He watches it on the tube.
Well, he has friends
Or
that
the
are,
telly.
I guess, from Jamaica. But I'm just curious because you're going off of people who are in the UK, maybe trying to keep their own little weird slang stuff alive.
I think I'm just going to take a nap. Yawning.
I know, and you're making me want to yawn, so I'm just like, dude,
Well,
stop.
you know what that's about? So yawning cools the brain down.
Your brain broken and
so
hot.
your brain was fine. And then it sees me doing it, and it says, oh,
something's wrong.
We need to cool down. That's why you yawn when other people yawn.
So I force myself not to, by the way. So no matter what, like I really try my hardest not to.
Me too.
And I don't. Like I can make myself not yawn. Anyways, we are watching wrestling, by the way. It's kind of a little slow, but I mean it's not
It's
terrible.
Gunther.
But I mean, there's nothing wrong with Gunther, but
It's former world champion Kofi.
yeah.
Is Kofi the only world champion in this match?
Yeah.
Sure is.
As a world champion, yeah. I mean, if you want to tag champions, then, have a couple, but...
Yeah, but not on Imperium's side.
Robbie's like, so this is a random tag match? Not really. They had some, like, head-to-head stuff.
This has been going on for a while, actually. It's just that Jay is now going after Gunther, and so then they just put Jay with the Usos.
The Jay with the New Day.
Yeah, with the...
Because the New Day's been fighting with Imperium guys for a minute, right? Off and on. They hurt them. He hurt them. Blah, blah, blah. Right? He gave him a concussion. They gave him a concussion. Yak, yak, yak. All that stuff.
Exactly.
Rob is like, I know from Jamaica and I have met and spoken to you. The whole country?
Of course he knows the whole country.
Just asking.
Who doesn't know the whole country?
The stuff it says, maybe they are testing out the new look for Raw when they move to Netflix. What does that even mean? So I don't know what you're talking about.
Is there something different about Raw?
What are you talking?
Are you talking about the, like, just around the ring?
The graphics or something? Or so it's like poor Marie, she has some sort of health issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got some lady part issues called cancer.
They're not in there anymore. She's showing her scars this morning.
Oh, did she finally got it all completed?
Yep.
Oh. I didn't know how soon they were going to get it done.
Oh, yeah, it's all out. She had 3 holes in her stomach.
Well, they did that when they did before. Like, I saw that when she was saying what had happened. So they had done orthoscopic stuff on there before. And to take out one of them to check them.
Right.
Right? And then she said she was set up to have surgery to have everything removed. But I thought it wasn't until this week.
Oh, well, maybe that's what's
so.
going on. Maybe I was just looking at old shit.
Sophie says, yeah, the graphics. Robbie says, the new look is more WCW.
Which is good for me. And that's Triple H's thing, right? Is to go darker. Remember the NXT brand? NXT got really dark.
He's purring. He's like, I'm purring.
His whole head is screwed up.
I
He's got
know.
a big old
I
scab.
know. I felt it earlier today. I'm sorry, buddy. Poor baby. You sure you don't want to hang out with Dad? He's got a binky. Look, your dad's binky.
He just doesn't like that hole.
There you go. There. Yeah. Biscuits.
He trusted
Oh,
it.
okay.
And it fell.
That's all right.
He's like, I trust that
I'm
hole.
sorry.
And then it falls.
Okay.
It caves in on me every time.
Yeah, he's got an icky one right there. He's got a really big one back here. He's got a gnarly one right there. At least his ears aren't too gross, but poor guy.
There you go, buddy. When you're ready. Got a little mess. Adam Webb. Oh, that's the one they were all teasing her about. It's Spider-Man. It's like, it's a totally different thing. Yeah, it's Spider-Man. We know what it is. You don't have to sugarcoat it.
Sophie says, yeah, the graphics is what.
Yeah, well, good. I mean, I noticed it, but it wasn't as colorful with the lights, but I don't know why that would matter. But Triple H is trying to go his own way. He doesn't like anything Vince did. You're going to get Adam Cole back, and he'll be world champion. Break Roman Reigns' record.
Right.
He's got that, have you ever been to a carnival and gone on a ride?
Yeah.
They have like a measuring tape thing. Sometimes it's like a bear.
Oh, yeah, I know what
But
you're
anyways,
talking about.
and if you're below this line, you can't ride.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H has that in his office. This is
For
alleged.
the wrestlers?
Yeah, but if they're above that line.
He doesn't want them.
Right.
He treats them like garbage, and they don't get championships.
So he puts them on a scale. If they're above like 170 pounds, he gets upset. Unless they're under 5'7". So if you're under 5'7", you can be 300 plus.
Right.
But if you're tall, you can't be heavy.
Mm.
It's a very strict rules in the WWE.
We're back from that commercial break, guys.
Oos!
With the 6-man tag match that's happening between the New Day and Jey Uso and Imperium.
Do you remember when Kofi tried to cripple this guy? Dropped him down.
Well, that's what I said. That's why they're still fighting, is because one hurt one, and then the other one hurt the other one, and so somehow they hurt Xavier Woods, and so then they went and murdered Da Vinci. It was terrible. Oos. Oh, they're saying, and he's gonna yeet somebody.
Yeet.
Oh no, he
Ass to
yeeted
face. He
poor
got that from
Kaiser.
his daddy. Oh, nobody was home.
Gunther's like, I'm out. I'm out skis, he says.
Too smart.
He's like, you ain't gonna yeet me. Got the super kick.
They call
We got
cerebral
super kick too.
because it's brain.
Cerebral.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's brain. Well, that's good. Anyways, we have Mikey in the chat. Hey, Mikey says, oh my god, not y'all. Like. Not y'all like what?
Yikes.
Gunther's coming in. He's gonna beat the poo-poo out of Jey
There it
Uso.
is.
Jay's like, no, you're not.
When are they going to go one-on-one? Next week?
He's like, I'm going to totally yeet you, bro. I'm going to yeet you, bro.
So that means Jey Uso has to pin that Da Vinci tonight. So Gunther gets
he slapped
mad.
him.
Oh!
Spit on his hand. Nasty.
Yeah, he does that. It's so weird.
Mikey's like, bro, dead. Dead.
So dead.
Ooh, look, the qualifying match tonight of LA Knight and Ivar. Ooh.
LA Knight going to be on Raw.
Dang. That's a weird matchup, I guess.
That's cool. I'm okay with some SmackDown guys showing up on Raw.
Well, they kind of figured that was what they were going to do anyways, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, they did it on Monday or
yeah.
Friday.
Well, I mean, they showed us some of them that were going to happen, the matchups, but I don't know if they showed all of the matchups because I don't remember if they showed LA Knight on Friday what they were going to do. So, but anyways, Mikey says new sub. Yeah.
Oh, good. Thanks for hanging out with us. Introduce yourself in there.
They're taking a slow bit. Oh, Gunther's broken. He's down. He's
down. But
He's
Gunther's
down.
Fine.
The yeet man's gonna get him.
Yeet!
He's gonna yeet him out of the whole country with his yeet pants.
That's where you throw him.
That's right.
Uh-oh, he went for a spear, but Gunther caught him.
Oh, man. How did he do that?
Oh, no,
Xavier Woods is gonna come save him. Oh, he got the boot. And he got a slap chop.
What's it all about?
He got a slap chop. You know, like slap chops.
Oh, lariat.
He's like, I'll just lariat you now.
Oh, no.
Oh, somehow Jay is
yeeted out
so
of it.
good and yeeted out of it.
He likes to yeet.
We're going to use yeet for everything he does. And he just yeeted, and then he yeeted again, and then he yeet, and he yeet.
It's like that show I was watching the other day with Hartman and those boys. And they went to that other planet, and everything was Margwa or whatever.
That's
same thing.
Right.
But with yeet. He got his yeets up.
He got the yeets.
Here he goes into the corner with this yeet.
Oh, he yeeted him.
He can't get him with the yeet.
Not the yeet.
Oh, no, Ludwig
Van Kaiser pants came in and saved him. He barely has any pants on, but he did it. Xavier Woods made sure to give him the flying kick-a-rooney.
Look at this cat. He's like, I don't like all that noise.
Anyways.
Uh-oh, Da Vinci.
Da Vinci's going to ruin everything.
Pops him up. Uh-oh.
Oh,
he's going to get yeeted. Oh,
he kicked him,
right
but he didn't get kicked good enough. Now fall out of the ring. You're going to die.
Picked him up. Oh, cutter.
But who's the legal man? Kofi? Xavier? Why are they running around like weirdos? Oh, God.
Because of that.
Oh.
They're calling it 1D when
Kaiser.
it's obviously 3D. Uh-oh.
But somehow Gunther is not
we already
in
told
it.
you how this was going to end.
He get the yeet on Da Vinci.
Well, I said he would.
Yes.
Because it's setting up the big match.
Right, with
Whenever
Gunther.
they do it. Whether it's before, it'll probably be that Friday before. No, it'd be on Monday.
Right.
Before Elimination Chamber. So next weekend. Next Monday.
He's like, don't worry, I yeeted myself all over the place. And then yeeted. Congratulations on your yeetdom.
Very yeety. Yeet. Yeet. Why is there so much eating?
Why is it on his pants?
He just likes to yeet. He likes to take a yeet before he goes out there and wrestles. So he doesn't yeet himself while he's out there. It's just a reminder.
That's good. It's good to know. He reminds himself exactly what's happening with his bodily functions.
Your yeet after you're done yeeting.
Silly. It's a party.
So much party. I watched it. Watched it live.
They're like, let's make sure that we talk about it some more because we didn't talk about it on Raw yet.
They got this whole first hour to kill.
I'm surprised they had a match.
Kill the last hour.
Right?
Like forever. With a 12 gauge.
Truth. Did she come out with a cane or something? Rhea?
Maybe she had something, I thought. Maybe.
Oh.
I don't remember though. They just treated him like shit. Like, honestly, it was kind of weird that they did it. I'm glad they did because it's truth, but it's still weird that they did it.
Well, and why?
See? Oh.
Right.
And then they actually bring out The Rock.
Right.
Before Cody. Anyways.
Right. No, I mean, it's just like, okay, I get it that they're trying to make, like, Seth like nothing. But why would you split the titles, make a brand new title, try to make it relevant, and then all of a sudden you're like, it's garbage.
Oh,
it's fine. It's just garbage. So it means nothing.
It's not an actual family tree.
It isn't.
It's a blood oath.
Yeah, it's not the same. Robbie says, so Roman keeps the title versus Rock. Yeah. No.
I don't think they're going to wrestle for the title. Listen to that crowd boo the whole time. It was actually pretty funny.
Considering.
Did you know it was free to get in?
To this press conference thing? Huh. They just had probably just so many people that could be there. Yeah.
They're not showing the disrespect that they actually did live. The B table and...
Yeah, what they said to him, to Seth, and made him...
And they needed Seth out there because it was... They have to hint at that tag team match.
Right.
Which could be night one, I guess.
I guess it could, but at the same time, as Seth's...
Guess what, Seth? You're getting pinned.
His
in that night
knee's
one match.
going to be worth anything at that point. I mean, I guess it depends on how much of a injury it really is.
You're irrelevant just like your dad.
Ew, not your grandpa. Chris says, can't stand this tag match. So stupid, waste of a match. Yeah, Chris, the reason why they're doing it right is because the Imperium's had issues with the New Day.
Are you sure you're not talking about this?
Jey Uso. I think he's talking about the tag match that was just up.
Did you see how big Rock's hand was to Cody's head? It was like the same size as his head. You don't fix it, I will.
Oh, the Mania
Bobby!
tag match. Oh, yeah, the Mania tag match is going to be dumb. Of course it's going to be dumb. Robbie says, does it make sense Roman keep the title? He's not defending champion.
Yeah, nobody needs to defend it. That's silly.
Harley says, later, everyone. Oh, okay, bye, Harley.
Hey, it's
hopefully you
B-Fab.
feel way better.
Do we call him B-Fab and the boys?
God, no. Chris says the Mania tag match. Okay. I don't even know what the Mania tag match is. The DIY. That's not going to be Mania tag match.
That's what they're talking about.
Why would they have a tag match with those people?
That's what they're talking about.
That would be dumb. So you're going to tell me they're going to have that as a tag match and then they're going to have Cody and Roman fight the
next
night too?
Right.
For the main event?
That way they get The Rock on the car.
That's just dumb. That makes no sense whatsoever. That makes absolutely no sense.
So, I was thinking about this all weekend because I had mentioned it on Friday if you guys were here. I said, who is Bobby feuding with?
Right.
Because he could lose this.
Mm-hmm.
It's Karrion Kross.
Oh.
But then I was like, fuck, are they going to bring Karrion Kross and the AOP and the girl and Paul Ellering to Raw for just to interfere in this match? So to me,
for a qualifying match?
It seems weird, but it could be Karrion Kross that shows up and costs Bobby this match.
And you think that they're going to allow in the Elimination Chamber Bronson Reed instead?
Yes. And then that way it keeps Bobby out of it. And then it still builds the Karrion match to WrestleMania.
I guess. Weird, but
Triple H is a long burner, by the way.
Whatever. His long burning is, and we just don't care anymore.
Anyways, he's a very long burner.
I need a small person to come in and take this over.
Right.
Because this isn't no for me.
Right. So he likes the long burning, and the stories will last like 3-4 months.
Chris says that, and Walter says Bobby for the win, and Chris says, are we going to see little slutty cunt crybaby Liv Morgan on tonight? Okay.
Sure are. She has a qualifying match tonight.
She has a Elimination Chamber qualifying match on tonight that she has to go up against Zoey Stark. So, and
one-on-one.
she's going to cry about it because it's on her shirt. So that's her new motto, to cry about it. So Walter says the Rock slapped Cody. Oh boy, great fight.
Oh, I guess it's just all electric. So how did they make all the electric cars look cool? Right? It's so weird to me because the hybrids they made just dumb. Like the Prius. Right? But those, and the Teslas, they look badass. They look like they actually put thought into them. And that's probably what they're trying to do is get the younger people to buy them.
Probably. I personally think they look like shit myself, but that's just
weird.
I don't like the way they look. I haven't seen one yet where I like them, and it's because of the front end looks stupid. Like the front end of a Tesla looks just like Voldemort's face. Where he has no nose, it's just like, it's so creepy looking. It looks like Voldemort's face, the front end of all the Teslas. And so you're just like, oh, look, it's Voldemort.
I mean, that's cool as fuck.
Is it? You want a depiction of a weird, it has absolutely no character to it. Like, absolutely no. No, there's nothing. There's not enough character there to do anything with it.
I don't know what Tesla's doing.
All of them. Their front ends, all of them are exactly the same.
The doors open are badass.
Not all of them open that way. Most of them open normal. That's probably special stuff that you can pay extra for.
Yeah.
And don't worry, you can't go very far. Hot weather, cold weather affects them in more ways than one.
The whole reason of the smart city is to keep
then if you want that,
closer.
Then you keep giving them praise to continue on down that road.
No,
congratulations. You can screw everybody over with wanting something of that nature.
Right. That's not what I'm talking about.
And actually the planet. You can screw the planet too.
Right. What I'm talking about is completely different than what you're talking about. I'm talking about how the car looks. That's it.
Yeah.
I like the idea of being able to open my door when a car's parked that close to me because it just goes straight up. That's pretty cool. It doesn't have to be an electric car to do that. Tesla did it first. And I don't know if the other car companies are going to follow suit or if they're all basically under the same restrictions because they're going to the smart cities here. So they're all having to go.
Well,
anti-gas.
I don't really feel like that's going to happen because there's a lot of them that are fighting back against all that crap now. There's a few of them that are like, nope, not going to happen. And I don't know why all of a sudden they're saying that it's so much good for the planet when actually it's way fucking worse for in fact, it's 10 times worse for the planet for lithium mines and all the other things that they're using for lithium mines. Oh, and they don't know how to dispose of said lithium batteries. They can't even fucking dispose of the lithium batteries in your fucking phones that everybody likes to use so much all the time.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to get rid of something that's 10 times the size of that, and there's 6 to 18 of them in a large thing that drives down the road.
Oh, there's hundreds of those.
I understand, but I'm talking about something 10 times as big as that, and you've got 6 to 18 blocks of them in a thing, whether it's a vehicle or whatever you want to do, and you want to tell me how they're going to dispose of those when they can't dispose of any of the ones you have in your phones right now.
Throw it in a volcano.
Just, it's one of those. They want to talk about how they're so great about an environment.
That's so funny because we just saw him on the other one, AEW, not too long ago.
It was really quick turnaround.
It was. We're so used to WWE letting people go, and it takes 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, but that thing I sent you about Chile or whatever, that's what they're doing down there where it's burned. They're just going to use it for lithium mines. There's supposed to be the most lithium mines in the world down there here pretty soon.
It's great for the environment. Don't worry.
It's not in America. It doesn't matter. I'm sure you know that. It's been that way forever.
Yeah, they complain about shit. And they complain about it here, yet they still allow them to be here. Right. They want to put a lithium mine in South Dakota. So you tell me how that's good for the environment. Give me all the facts of how it's so much better for the environment. Do you know that lithium mines have 50 times more waste per what they dig up than a coal mine does? A coal mine. And they want to say how bad a coal mine is. And how much worse it is for the environment.
Daughter.
Terrible. They're awful.
Is that Loretta?
Terrible.
The coal miner's daughter.
Loretta Lynn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is.
What?
Or it could be the other one. Who's the one that was married to George Jones?
Patsy Cline?
Tammy Wynette. She's the coal miner's daughter.
Oh, is she?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Huh. I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was Loretta Lynn, but okay.
It could be. They might both be. Fuck, who knows? If you go back far enough, probably everybody's relative was a coal miner.
Maybe. Walter said that The Rock slapped Cody. Oh boy, great fight. Sending prayers for Maurice and The Miz will take some time off of WWE. Walter says Daphne is right. Free drink. Walter says Andrade back in WWE. Walter says so AEW lost Brian Pillman Jr. and Andrade and Jade Cargill. Robbie says, don't they dump rubbish into other countries? So what happens to all the empty plastic vapes then? I don't know. I don't vape, so.
I think they're in the ocean.
I do not put towards.
They're just floating around in the ocean.
I didn't even know what they come in, so I couldn't even tell you. They come in little plastic thingies. So basically, you're telling me you're basically like, not only are you inhaling toxic stuff from the liquid, whatever they put in there, you're also inhaling plastics. That's good.
Good for you.
I think they should just make the smoking age 15 and just let it free for all.
Shit, I mean, most people that I knew that started smoking was 12.
That's what I mean.
So
like, make it 15, 16 years old that it's legal. Fuck it. You want to make those choices with your life? Just trying to control everything's getting ridiculous.
You have to control it.
This is a qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber, guys. Bobby Lashley versus Big Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed's outfit's like plastic, so it's kind of creepy.
Oh yeah. It's for the sex appeal part of it. Because when people wear plastic, they sweat differently.
Ravi's like, I'm sure some rubbish gets dumped in the other countries. I'm sure. Sophie says, so the Kansas City Chiefs finished their story before Cody. The Taylor Swift team sure did. I guess Sophie says, wonder who Andrade faces at Mania. I don't know.
Why would he have a match? I mean, he
Look,
could.
they're going to have R-Truth versus JD McDowell later.
And if he's going to have a match, it's going to be against Homeboy, right? The Rey Mysterio feud? No, the other guy, the Del Fantasma. Whatever that guy's name is. That runs that group.
Santos Escobar?
Santos Escobar would be a good one for him.
Carlito. He's the main guy of the other group that poor Zelina is in that's obsolete at this point. Poor girl. They screwed her over, didn't they?
They should have just put her back, but I see why they wanted to bring the Electra up or whatever her name was.
Yeah.
I get that, which is great. But now go ahead and move Zelina somewhere else. Get her away from the LWO or whatever the joke group that is.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess when Carlito's back, or Carlito is back, they can they can take him now and turn him heel, and then he can be with Santos. It'd make a little bit more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're obviously going to do Angel and Humberto attack. They're not going to be single wrestling them.
Mm-mm.
And I mean, I don't see why it has to be, Mexican versus Mexican all the time, but that's what they make it.
I know, it's weird. I don't get it.
So Andrade right now is going to be feuding with another Mexican as of right now, is what it looks like. Kristen McCann. I make tacos.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Poor guy.
He got hit really good yesterday a few times. I thought he was going to be injured, and he wasn't.
No, he did pretty good. Not good enough. Robbie says, so what will improve the women's division? What will improve it? What do you mean, what will improve it? In what way? What are you trying to get improved? Are you trying to get, are you trying to get their wrestling improved? Their talking improved? Because they have enough women for most of the depth. They just don't use a lot of their women.
It really just depends on what you mean by improve. If you mean in-ring work, then there's a whole generation that's up right now that's done. They're not going to get better.
Mm-mm.
But down in NXT, there's some women down there that are really good, and they'll be up in a few years.
And we hope that continues when they do come up, because sometimes it falls off the wagon.
Right.
And it's not because, and some of it has to do with the fact that they just aren't used correctly.
Right.
Too. And that's a fault of, you'll have to go talk to Triple H and them about it, because
right. And if you're
that's going to be management
if you're talking
problem.
about mic work, it's really rare for the women for some reason. And it's probably just the pure numbers, right? Because there's not a lot of good men on the mic either.
Mm-hmm.
But there are so many men that 1 out of 50 is a good number, But out of the women, if you only got 1 out of 50, it's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's only one.
And that's what you need, is you need somebody who can talk. Because if you notice that, the wrestler could be, he's mediocre, but if he comes out there and talks a good game, he gets the crowd involved because he's calling them dumb or doing whatever, and can, talking shit about the other guy, and can do enough of that stuff. But
yeah, obviously mic work is very important. And then, entrances. And if you're talking about sex appeal, if you're going that route, there's a few, but they're trying to keep that under control right now because of all the nonsense that's going on in wrestling.
Yeah.
But I could see it coming back.
Yeah.
What I need to do. The splits and then just flip around like that. It builds your arms up really good. How do you start? Diet.
I think a lot of the reasons why they don't have or let a lot of the women, let's say maybe some of them can talk and we just don't know they can. Maybe there's some out there that can talk and they just haven't allowed them to talk.
Right.
I think a lot of some of that might have to do with the fact that it's women. I'm not saying they're being sexist against women. I'm saying that women tend to take things in an emotional way rather than they don't give a fuck.
Right.
Because guys don't care. You can call them every name in the book, and most of them don't give a shit. Women, on the other hand, tend to take things a little personal, even if it's not. You could not even be talking about that person, and that woman will take it personal.
What'd you say in Florida? Are you calling me a manatee? What?
So, I mean, I kind of have a feeling that some of the reasons why they don't let the women have a lot of good talking segments, even if you have some that can talk, is because of that, by the way.
Right. And it's possible. I would say that it's more that they're really hard to listen to for a long period of time in a row. You see it all over. But there's a few down in NXT that can do it that
Right.
we've seen. Becky's getting better at it. She used to not be, though. She used to not be good. But it was also because that Dunn didn't like her voice because it was foreign.
Mm-hmm.
So we're seeing a lot more foreign voices on there because he
Right.
didn't like foreign voices and he was in Vince's ear all the time.
Right. Chris says, Travis, if you had to pick between Rock's daughter and Shayna Baszler, who would you pick?
Rock's daughter.
Chris says, I hope Santino's daughter, Ariana Grace, will be pushed on main roster. She can be big as Timeless Tony.
She is it could be the biggest, not size-wise, but the biggest woman in wrestling. She is very talented on the mic.
Chris says, speaking of nonsense, Booker T fired one of his best women's wrestlers in his promotion here in Houston because she was being stalked. I feel like that's a bad call because Booker putting her in danger.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if she's being stalked, she's putting all the women there in danger. If it's a women's league, is that what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know anything about.
It
I don't
seems
know
like a
anything about
weird
Booker
way-
T's promotion. Are you sure that he fired her because she was being stalked?
Oh, look, he
Like-
can't even pick him up.
Who can't pick who up?
Bronson couldn't pick him up.
Couldn't pick up Bobby?
Yeah.
Oh, he's not very strong. Just because you're fat don't make you strong. Like, there's some strong guys. Like, strong men, don't get me wrong. There are strong men that look not really like him, though. They're
big,
better looking than him. But they're not
Look at this,
muscly.
Look at this power.
But Bobby is like a really heavy, thick guy.
Look how big
And he's
he
just
is, too.
dense. Like,
Yeah.
he's dense.
That's
Like, and
it.
his denseness is completely different than
They did that so perfect.
Mr. Bronson Reed's. Good for them. I'm
I
glad
guess I
they're
didn't
giving
do it.
Bobby an Elimination Chamber match. They didn't.
Yeah,
the
I
Karrion
was
Kross
worried
thing
that
you were
the cross
gonna
was
do.
going to show. Well, that's why I said if it would have been on SmackDown, I would have said that that's what was going to happen.
Mhm.
But were they going to bring those 5 people over for just that quick?
You know,
1
and
second?
for all we know, they could beat him up enough that maybe he can't go into the Elimination Chamber, for all we know. I don't know. I mean, they could do a whole bunch of different things with it. Looks like we have a different Chris in our chat. Hey, Chris.
Other Chris.
Hey, so have any of you seen Bo Dallas' YouTube videos of the Wyatt 5?
I have not.
Haven't. I don't follow him or watch any of his stuff or anything.
That'd be interesting, though. I mean, I don't know if they're planning on still bringing back the Wyatt story, even though his brother passed away.
I feel like that's kind of more disrespectful than kind of keeping things going. I mean, I feel like keeping things going is more disrespectful to his
Personally,
stuff.
I liked the Wyatt family. I didn't like the weird. What was he, the Fiend or whatever? And by the way,
Yeah.
he's my favorite wrestler. I lost my favorite wrestler. You know, I didn't have anybody. I finally adopted somebody as my favorite wrestler, and they passed away. So now I'm like lost. And then, then I was like, well, Brock's pretty cool. Oh, guess what? He's gone now too. It's like, fuck.
Right? Now it's just like in limbo again.
I know.
Chris Akane says, yep, I bet back in the day, like in 17, Bliss would destroy women in the mic, and they took it personally, and that's why she was always in the title picture. So that's the thing, right? So Bliss was really good on the mic.
Fantastic.
Even when she started not looking that good, as long as she like she had some health issues or whatever was going on, she could still talk a good game, right? She still could tear you up one side and down the other. Then she became that weird character with Bray Wyatt and the Fiend shit and everything.
She couldn't be mean
and
anymore. She had to be a cute little girl.
Literally crippled her. In any persona she could ever have, it was the worst thing because she couldn't be
mean. She was a child.
She couldn't be mean. So she had to be like all weird and snarky, like a little kid and stuff. And it was just weird. I didn't like it. I felt like it was just so terrible of that to happen to her. And so then you had people that could run roughshod over her that really weren't good talkers because she couldn't say anything back. Chris says, well, the stalker came up to the bar where the wrestlers were hanging out at, and I guess she retaliated, so maybe that's why she got fired. Okay, so that's it, right, Chris? So that's what I'm saying. It's probably not because she has a stalker. If she probably would have went to management and said, I'm having problems with somebody stalking me, and I might have to get the police involved because it is a danger to me, and I do not want anybody else to be in danger, it probably would have been a completely different scenario. But if you're out with people and your stalker shows up and you do something that not only jeopardizes yourself, but the other people in your vicinity, and they are under contracts themselves, right, to be in these places, you're literally making your job, your employer, look bad. Okay? It's probably a clause in their contract. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure probably some of her own actions, shitty that she's being stalked. Not
Sammy.
Cool. Oh, Shinsuke.
Shinsuke and Sammy, yeah.
Oh, no. What's this? What is wrong with you?
I love that Shinsuke's like this weird character that
You've had the glory,
everybody.
The moments. That what? Have you forgotten that?
He jobs to everybody.
That's true. They let him speak Japanese, though, but it's kind of funny. But you act like you're in misery. You want people's sympathy.
Yeah.
Such a clever guy you are. Just like Cody. But I would love to see your true self in the ring tonight. The real you that tries to swindle people and stay in the spotlight. Shinsuke spitting facts. But if you don't let your real emotions out, I won't tolerate it. Your chance is gone. Laugh, laugh, laugh. But don't worry. I will pick up your soul and continue my warpath forward.
You might. He needs to win, and this is a perfect time to have him win. Let Sammy hit rock bottom, and then become a manager. Because he's so good at it. Let him be a manager.
So that's happening tonight. So there you go. Chris says apparently tomorrow Shotzi will be in the NXT tomorrow for the title. Janelle's in the chat. Hey, Janelle. Hey, bud. Good to see you tonight. Says, I got WrestleMania 40 tickets for me and my nephew. This is going to be a first WrestleMania. Well, congratulations, yeah. Janelle. That is amazing.
Did you get one night or the other, or did you do both, or did you get all 4 days?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm
kind of curious about those ticket things. Like,
yeah.
If you get WrestleMania tickets, do you have to pay for both?
Yes.
One and night 2?
Yes.
I feel like that's pretty shitty. And if they do, they better make sure that there is like a deal that you could get if you buy them together, like for both nights, that it's cheaper than if you bought one night and then decided to come the second night or something.
Right.
But
it's probably, 30-40% cheaper to buy both.
Yeah. Chris says LL Shinsuke is basically the most elite jobber ever. I mean, at this point, right? And it's cool because they let him do promos.
Yes.
But you have to read, which is fine because a lot of people like to do that, right? A lot of people like closed captions and stuff like that. So I think it's great because if there's any Japanese, like, people who are watching and fans, they're like, yeah, he's totally saying that.
They need to now allow the women to do it, too.
Chris says, that, and Janelle says, I got all 4 days. Going to be a crazy weekend but it's going to be fun. Hell yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yes.
Well, if we don't see you between now and WrestleMania, which is a couple months away, but hopefully we'll see you. Congratulations on getting all those tickets. I hope you and your nephew have a blast. That's going to be so fun.
That sounds
Just make
so
sure
much
you
fun.
stay safe and all that stuff. But it's going to be fabulous. It's going to be so good for you guys. Walter says, okay, bye, guys. See you Wednesday, 8 p.m. for AEW. Okay, bye, Walter. Good luck on Wednesday. Win bingo.
Roll a 7.
Peanut butter M&Ms.
You
A
want me to
little
get you some?
comfort.
Let me get you a peanut butter M&M.
I'm fine.
I think you bought some.
I did. I bought 2 containers of them because they had them at Costco. And they don't always have them. They only get them every now. Ew. They only get them every once in a while. Janelle says, do you think women range Sosa's the title at WrestleMania, or do they have home past how Hogan's reign?
You know, that's a good
Oh,
question. It's like,
I think
I
Roman,
have a feeling he's going to lose at Mania, and they're going to not worry about the Hogan thing. And the only reason I say that is because it's different. And they still have Hogan on their shows and stuff.
How about we just make Roman Reigns' reign his own thing?
Right.
How about we just make Roman Reigns his own thing instead of trying to put him against all these other past guys who had different circumstances that were happening at the time, and all that stuff. I feel like they're putting too much emphasis on, well, he surpassed blah, 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 or he surpassed yak, 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 or whatever. Now, because I don't really feel like the title he has is that title, because they changed it so much because of the brand split of Raw and SmackDown and having 2 different titles and yak, yak, yak. Now they're trying to go back and say, well, it's been called this title the whole time. No, it fucking hasn't.
Right. It's fine. I'm just saying that I just have a feeling Cody's going to get his redemption. They did it with The Rock and John Cena a couple years ago, where John Cena won. Or not, sorry. The Rock won. And then they feuded for a whole year on and off until John Cena overtook The Rock, beat him at WrestleMania, and that was it.
Right.
So I could definitely see that happening this time, because Cody came back. He wrestled Roman at Mania. He won the Royal Rumble. He lost, which surprised us all. I doubt they're going to have him win it again and go to Mania, wrestle him again in the main event, and lose twice.
Right. Janelle says, I didn't think that Roman Reigns is going to have the title for this long.
No, I don't think anybody
I don't
did.
think they planned on it. I think other things that happened
Here it is, guys.
made it what it was.
What's this going to say?
Something is on
So what is it, though?
is on notice.
They're going to do a tag match, it looks like, or at least that, or a fatal 4-way, which makes no sense.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
WrestleMania XL,
WrestleMania
which is 40.
They're just talking. They're just showing all of them.
Yeah, but that looked like they were team.
Yeah. But, you know,
Cody
I
and The
mean,
Rock and Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins
shared the same. Yeah. So, they're just talking about that stupid kickoff event. So, the thing of it is like, Cody got slapped, right? And he had nobody in his corner, but Seth stepped up. So, Seth stepped up after he got hit. So, of course, you know, he's like, hey, see, he walked in front of him. He was like, hey, you need to back off, blah, 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 whatever. So,
it's funny, they make it a huge soap opera like it's real, but then you just saw that.
Mm-hmm.
That was recorded, obviously, after.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Sure you are, Triple H. You can fake it till you make it there, bud. Anyways,
oh, it's Cody time.
Bad Boy Official in the chat. Hey, Bad Boy
Bad Boy.
Official says, hola,
Hola.
¿cómo está? Janelle says Cody says he was to take everything from Roman Reigns. How does he do that? Does The Rock help Cody at WrestleMania? Okay, so Travis's thing is that The Rock will, but not to help Cody. But Cody said he's going to take everything from him, and he introduced The Rock, right? So that's to take away the head of the table from him.
And
so somehow dismantles, Solo Sequoia, Jimmy, get rid of Paul Heyman somehow because he kind of helps keep them together, which is easy because The Rock hates Paul Heyman and calls him Twinkie Tits. So we know that, he doesn't like him.
And we also saw a hint that Paul Heyman might be joining the Steiner son.
Yeah, he has been showing a little bit in with him some. So we'll see if maybe they aren't going to move Paul Heyman to somebody else for him to kind of manage. Because if everybody knows they are trying to delete Vince, they're trying to delete Brock Lesnar, and they're trying to make it like all of a sudden this little tiny boy who's probably 7 inches smaller than Brock Lesnar and 100 pounds lighter is somehow becoming. Yeah, we're talking about how they're trying to make Braun Breaker into the new Brock Lesnar, which is fucking hilarious.
They just put him in his spot for the Rumble. They needed somebody.
I know, but I'm just saying, like you're saying, oh, they're gonna have him Heyman. So basically, they're trying to make him like the pseudo Brock Lesnar kind of guy. It's not gonna work. They can pretend all they want.
They're gonna try.
Braun Breaker just isn't the type, and he's not big enough. He can't suplex people 25 times without him failing.
Although he likes to suplex.
But he can't do it as many times as Brock does to people.
We understand that.
Go do it to The Undertaker and see if you don't break his neck, because he would. Braun Breaker would hurt people. Because he can't lift them.
He has to be able to manhandle a moth like Brock did.
Yep.
That's a huge man that's lengthy.
Yeah. So that's going to be a little bit of their downfall with Braun if they try that route. I feel like they'd be better off not and just kind of making him his own person.
You'd hope so.
But sometimes they do stupid things at first.
Cody.
Then they go back and it kind of doesn't work as well. What's going to happen when he turns on y'all?
So Cody wouldn't turn heel in AEW.
Yeah.
Even when he was getting booed, he just kept thanking him. Like, it's all good. You guys booed me. I'm not turning heel, though.
Yep. What do you want to talk about? It's his thing.
Yeah. What you want to talk about? Testicular cancer.
It's an interesting topic to try to talk about.
Blue. Or blue. Check your fault. All right, what's gonna happen? We're gonna see some Roman, or we're gonna see some Raw. I love his suit. I love how it's popping.
Yeah.
A lot of it's the color because there's blue glowing in the stadium. See the blue.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because they took it from him, and he knows that the crowd got it back for him. Cody comes out and says, "Now mind your own business." I was kidding.
Right?
What? It'd be the biggest heel turn, like, that in memorable memory.
It'd be terrible, but it'd be funny.
There's one heel turn that is so big that no one ever thought it would happen, and that's kind of it. No other heel turn in the history of wrestling.
How many of the fans went with him?
Well, I did. That's Hulk Hogan when he turned. No one else has turned that people were like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, it was just like, But when Hogan did it, it was like people were crying. Like there was fans in the front row that were crying.
He's a bad man.
Like little kids.
He's a bad. Oh, I love him even more. He's a bad man.
I don't know what he did.
Chris says, "Oh, this is like a campaign slogan. We want Cody." I like Mark Henry heel turn when he was retiring.
Yes, that was so great though, but it still wasn't the one like that changed the whole business.
McKenna's Chocolate Man.
Yeah.
So funny how she loved him.
Welcome to the Hall of Pain.
Crybaby.
Right.
I'm a Cody crybaby. Well, The Rock.
To him, Rocky sucks.
And I don't care because I'm pretty sure that feelings got involved because some people tweet with their feelings. even Hollywood elites.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure The Rock did.
Oh, I'm sure.
And the minute he did that, I wonder how much he regretted it.
Like, oh, shit, I just made a star.
It says, oh, Cody talking about the crybabies. That was all The Rock, calling all of them Cody crybabies. That was his hashtag.
Cody Crybabies.
Chris says, we need to talk about the Liv crybabies.
It's right here. It was all your fault, Michael.
Pat McAfee.
He's there.
I didn't expect this.
The Rock can get you going, though. That's exciting when he's talking like that. No.
He wants you to shove him up your ass, it sounds like. I mean, The Rock has a weird fetish, I guess.
Well, you turn it sideways and shove it up their candy ass.
Pat McAfee said it. He's going to get canceled.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh, whatever. Everybody likes The Rock.
No.
At some stage in their life.
Chris says we need to talk about the Liv crybabies. I call them the Cody cucks. Oh, yeah.
None. Make no mistake. Lost. I was kidding.
Right?
Uh-oh. We're going to have a Cody match against The Rock.
Oh, great.
Now, will he do it before his big match?
I don't know, but here's Seth.
Seth's only in this to lose.
Right.
Because if they do a tag match, Seth loses, gets pinned night 1.
Right.
And then Cody wins night 2. Because Rock's sure not getting pinned. I guess he could. Cody could pin him in a tag match, but that'd be weird.
Yeah. It'd be awkward. But
Burn it
can
down!
happen.
Whoa! That's a short little runway. Still brings it. I love how he gets in the ring and he says, well, it sounds like a pop if I've ever heard one. It's his new thing. I love it.
Cody or Seth does?
Yeah. Like, the crowd still likes me. He'll get a mic here and he'll say it.
That's funny.
Those glasses are like his wife's.
They probably are his wives. They're Versace. Jesus. They're like, well, we don't know what to do with all of our money. We're going to buy garbage to put on our face.
They probably get it given to them.
It's our little outfit parts.
Hey, I'm going to wear that on TV once.
I know. They were a couple.
He's on the rent-a-clothes or whatever.
Right?
What was that called?
I don't
Oh, the Parks and Rec.
remember.
Rent-a-swag?
Rent-a-swag.
He did his shit for Rent-a-swag.
Ayla's in the chat. Hey, Ayla. She says, hey, how's it going?
All right. should have said, and I don't mind being at the B table for a minute.
Hey, you're welcome.
It says boots.
I know. I saw him earlier. I'm like, oh my god. He's like got his pimp boots on. All he's missing is a big old pimp hat.
Right.
And his cane. He should have had his pimp cane out there with him, pretending he still had a knee problem.
Becky on his side.
It was like, it's a slow chat tonight, apparently. Yeah, it happens.
It happens sometimes.
Ooh, he's going to make it clear to him. You need.
How are you going to finish your story, Cody?
I don't know, but he needs to.
For your dad, for me.
And every person here tonight, plus all the people at home watching. All the Cody crybabies. The Cody fans and the Cody crybabies. Because there's a clear distinction between them all. Hey, Rock.
It is. There is nobody else. You're the only one. More. What does all men want? More. That's what it all comes down to. That's why humans are human. It's all about more.
It says Cody crybabies. Poor babies. Chris says Damian Priest could also have last laugh and cash in after Cody wins the title.
Yeah, I don't see it just because of
all this
is
be happening.
More Seth's side. I think he gets that title.
If they do that, then they just make a joke out of it too. So how many joke of a titles do they want to have in the WWE to make it as unserious as possible?
He has to cash in before.
He has to. I understand, but I mean, like how much of a joke do they want to make the title that he cashes in and wins it? Off if Cody wins it, and then
it's not going that way.
They would make a complete mockery of that title as well. So then you have that problem.
Take him for a second.
Come on, I'm sorry.
I'll be back. I was trying to listen to that.
He got screwed out of the title in the main event of WrestleMania. What's that? I mean, you can grab them if you want to. Sure, but you don't have to. You can do it after you're done. Chris says that's it. Nobody said anything else. We just have talking right now, guys. We had Cody come out and talk to the crowd. And Seth is now out there. They're having a whole conversation. Because who would want to have wrestling matches? That would be ridiculous. You gotta deal with The Rock. Ugh, boo, they say. Rocky sucks. There's the Cody crybabies. All the crybabies saying it. Get them crying. That's gross. Sounds nasty. You don't have to fight the battle alone. And I don't know if I trust him. That's the problem, dude. The peanut butter ones. Ayla's like, I finished one painting. Damn, girl. That was fast. What month is it? Sorry. Just kidding. Or did you decide to do seasons? I was like, not really. Whatever. With everything else you have going on, that's pretty fast. Especially when you have free reign to just do whatever. He's sick and tired of him getting away with it. Just not sure that I would totally trust Seth for all of this. Oh no, it's his fault why he's that way. "12 years ago, they came down in tactical vests." He's talking about when they were in whatchamacallit. Whatever that thing is. Yeah, the shield. It says, "I sent a picture. You tell me what month it is. It's prettier in person." Chris says, "Oh, I can't trust Meth Rollins." Oh, come on. I trust him. What month it is? Ooh, I don't know. Oh.
Better to trust Seth than Roman.
Thank you. Okay.
I'll be right.
Ooh, I don't know, girl. Let's see what month it is. Ah. Okay, springish. Okay, yeah. So like May-ish, possibly June-ish for it. I could see that, yeah. Like I said, it is all up to you how you want to put them and stuff. Looks awesome though. Chris says the Shield was supposed to be CM Punk's group, like his henchmen. It would have worked. Could have. Dream or a nightmare? What's it gonna be? Dream?
So Seth walked off.
Right?
Yeet.
Yeet. Ladies back there talking to J.O.S. and the New Day and congratulating him on their weird win they had. Ooh. Ooh. I just yawned. My bad. Ayla's like, "Thanks. I've been in an art block, so abstract came to me." Oh, so is that abstract? I didn't think that was abstract. It looks like it's scenery to me, but you could always do abstract. I mean, I don't see why you couldn't. There are probably lots of things you could do abstract that would work for different months and stuff, depending on how you want to depict the month. I mean, in all reality, you only have to do 11. I do still have the one you did me of the witches. It's still up, by the way. I didn't take it down this year. Back to the arena, because she talked to them and they said things. Hey, if you're a Liv fan, she's next. Liv's coming out for her Elimination Chamber match she's going to have against Zoey Stark. We'll see how much she cries about it. I don't know, she might. Yeah, probably. It was like true. And Chris says, "Oh, fuck yeah, Liv, pull that skirt up even more." Just on her back, right? Just the butt part. It's kind of weird. I kind of have to wonder if the belt she has on is an accessory she shouldn't be wearing. Because it's all metally, so kind of weird. But they're on a commercial break right now. They had Liv come out before Zoey Stark, which I think is really strange. I find that kind of weird. But stuff like that. Oh, you're fine. Oh, careful.
Ouch.
You funds. That's funny. Ron Swanson in April. Yeah. Right in Dragons.
Hits and Dragons.
I guess.
Wasn't that on Family Guy or whatever? The other one that was on Showtime or whatever?
Yeah.
Tits
if you like Game of Thrones, you'll like
Tits and Dragons.
Boob Dragons or whatever they were called. Boob Dragons. Wanna go back over there? There's a binky. That's got a binky for you. Hey, Robbie's back. He must have taken a quick nap. Says, did Liv win yet? She just barely came out, and then they went directly to commercial break. So there's that. So other than that, there's really not much of anything else happening.
Tony, hey, now that football's over, we need to get together.
Like, you're not allowed in my house. You Swiftie lover.
It's a huge Swiftie.
He's a Swiftie lover. He can stay away. Duluth says you're not allowed in the house.
Travis. Taylor Swift's boyfriend. That's funny. He's a good football player.
Yeah. Robbie says, I was watching a footy stream.
Ew.
Ew, you were watching feet? Gross, Robbie. Vindicators in the chat says, how's it going, Gabby Gabville? Did you come to see Liv?
She's
probably
on.
gonna win. And if she doesn't, that's really stupid because she's going up against Zoey Stark and she should win.
And what's funny? I want Liv to win then. And I never cheer for Liv, but I do not like Zoey.
Well, I don't like Zoey Stark enough to say that Cry About It should win. And then I hope she cries about it. Vindicator says, heard through some graviness or graveness, the best part of raw meat has finally arrived.
Yeah. Your back channels.
You know, if you're a Liv fan, that's true. If you're a big Liv fan, you're waiting for a return.
I sent this to Tony earlier.
I
was like, you need to buy it, dude.
The legacy title. Oh, Jesus. Robbie says, footy slang for football. Sure it is, Robbie. You say that now, but we know that's not true. Vindicator says, well, of course my baby Liv should win every match until she reclaims the title at Mania. That's pushing it.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
But she needs to win against Zoey Stark, because if not, that's dumb as fuck, man. Why bring her back? That's how I'd look at it. If she's not going to win against Zoey Stark, why bring her back at all?
And she did good in the Elimination Chamber last year.
She didn't do too bad, yeah. Vindicator says, I meant grapevines, by the way. Oh, I thought you meant graviness. I was just going with it. And it's like playing footsie with who? I don't know, Ayla, but I'm guessing it's probably whatchamacallit. That porn site, OnlyFans.
Footy is a sport where they kick a ball back and forth.
No.
But I don't know how it would be on right now. But a stream could be talking about it.
Robbie says, I can't help you, Ginks, if you can't understand UK slang and culture.
It's like we speak a completely different language.
I'm not really considered a Yank, sorry.
I don't know what I am.
Well, Yanks were considered in the north part of the eastern part of the Americas. The Yankees. The Yanks.
Well, I get what a Yank is.
I know. But
Well,
I'm just saying.
Definitely not from the South. I mean, Idaho is South, but...
I'm not from the northeast part of
Where'd
the United
you come
States.
from? You had to have
Iowa.
You had to have come from somewhere in the east.
Hey, they didn't even give Zoey Stark a outside thing. They just said, fuck you. She's already out there and the match has started.
Does Liv just have panties on?
Yes, she just has panties on. She's got her panties. As if you're crying about it. She's telling you to cry about it. You gonna?
Does it say cry about it?
It says cry about it on her boobs. Just so you know.
Has somebody looked at her boobs yet?
Ayla says, we don't live in New York, Robbie. Yanks live on the East Coast. That's right.
Liv just had a meltdown.
She told that ref to go screw himself. 4, huh?
4.
Damn. Robbie says, Liv and Zoey both underwhelming. Yeah, but we want Liv over Zoey any day at this point. Nobody wants Zoey Stark in the Elimination Chamber.
I just feel like Liv's underwear are too small.
Oh my god. Leave her underwear alone.
This is like some weird video that we shouldn't be watching.
Just leave her alone. It's no more worse than what man panties homeboy was wearing earlier.
So women should go topless
And
too?
also, it's no different than what Becky was wearing the other day when we watched it, and hers was going clear up her butt, and she had her butt cheeks literally hanging out of her pants.
Yeah, but Becky doesn't have a butt, so it's fine. It makes hers look bigger. This girl has a huge bottom. Not a bad huge bottom, just a bubble butt.
Then why are you complaining about it?
Because they're French cut.
So?
If they were like boy shorts.
She even has bubbles on them.
I know, that's what I said. So they look like little girl underwear that are called peas.
Nice. She's got
Exactly, and I don't want to see that.
panties. Good for Liv making Travis feel uncomfortable. I was like, I knew it, Daphne. You got a soft spot for Liv. No, I just don't like Zoey Stark.
It's just like, yeah, if Zoey was wrestling Shayna
Who do we
Baszler,
hate more in this whole freaking scenario right now? Zoey Stark.
right? And the worst is Shayna. So put Zoey and Shayna against each other, and I'll be cheering for Zoey,
Exactly.
which would be weird.
Exactly. And he was like, by the way, why does Raw meat look like SmackDown with the white rope? So this show has not become any more logical since I left it. Triple H runs things, remember? And he's supposed to be way better than anybody else. So
He knows what he's doing.
Chris says, Liv looking like Angelina Love and Velvet Sky from TNA, The Beautiful People. Remember them, Travis?
I do, yeah.
Indicator says, Travis, you know Liv always looks fire.
She looks good, but usually isn't just putting it all out there, though. I mean, I like a little mystery. Am I the only one that likes some skin covered up? Some?
She has a lot of skin covered up, actually.
Her whole ass is out. And
That's
when-
fine. None of her front is, though.
doesn't
Why are you
have
so-
anything in the front?
I'm talking about the front part of her hoo-ha area isn't hanging out.
Oh, when she was pinning that girl, it was out. That's why I
It
was
is
like,
with every girl. Look at the girls that are in freaking, whatchamacallit, AEW and some of the shit they wear.
I understand.
Tiffany Stratton, look at the shit she wears. You want to take somebody who should probably be covered up a little bit more? Tiffany Stratton might want to cover up her bottom half of herself a little bit more.
There again, doesn't have a big butt.
Doesn't matter.
It
It
changes
doesn't
things.
matter when she's pinning somebody. That little strip line there doesn't really cover much.
True.
Same fucking thing, dude. Same thing.
True.
You're trying to make it out like Liv is wearing something completely out of this world. It's like she's wearing the same shit all the other girls do. I don't know.
Except for it
What?
looks like
Because what?
panties.
Because you're used to them wearing things like what? Deonna Purrazzo, who wears a fucking thing that looks like she's wearing a huge diaper on herself. She's wearing high-watered pants that come clear down to here. What?
Why are you acting like I
pants?
haven't watched the same women wrestle for fucking 30 years?
I'm just saying that it's no different. Liv's outfit is no different from any of the other girls out there that have worn stuff like this. They keep wearing things like this where literally they have a big ass. They still wear it so it's literally going up their asses. And their butt cheeks are hanging out. Most of them do it. I've seen it. That's all I'm saying. Her outfit is no different. It's no different. That's it. That's my only argument.
It has designs on her underwear.
It doesn't matter. They all have designs on their underwear. Oh my God. Man Panties earlier had it all over his. He has his name back there for fuck's sake.
But he's not wearing a skirt covering it.
It doesn't matter. Maybe he should. I mean, my God, if you're going to cut it that low.
Well, like you could see his hip bones. It was weird.
You think? That right there. That is where I'm like, weird. There's no other guy that I have seen wear something like that.
Sammy Guevara.
True in some ways, but his are more like
French cut.
Higher cut.
In the butt. Yeah.
Where his are like low cut, but across. It's weird. They were weird.
Uh-oh. Code breaker.
No. It's not. It's 2.5 though.
Right.
So it might be enough later.
McAfee was watching. He had the best view in the house. He's like,
it's funny because the front of hers are completely normal cut, by the way.
uh-oh. Power bomb. Twitter's on fire right now. I guarantee it's going to blow up.
Well, of course.
It's smoking.
We understand they like this. We get it. Anyways, Vindicator says, I remember Scarlett enjoyed putting it all out there almost every week. And she has an ass. And she wears things that are up her butt.
Ooh.
Scarlett.
Bardo?
Yes. Chris says, hell yeah, Tiffany Stratton. Chris says, LOL, the Rey Mysterio diaper. Vindicator's like, AEW, the real wrestling promotion of this generation. Vindicator, stop. We know that's not true either. Chris says, moral of the story, Liv's outfit too slutty tonight. Is it though? I don't find it any different than anything else these girls wear. I don't find, just because Zoey's out there with her complete bottoms completely covered up, doesn't mean anything.
Uh-oh.
Get her.
What? 2.
Quick roll up. Oh, she fell out of it. She had to let go. Bummer. Ayla's like, respectfully didn't see it, delete it. You have no eyeballs. Vindicator says, sky blue butt cheeks will be hanging out in 48 hours. I can't wait. Hashtag cakes.
Yeah, I would assume they will be too.
There you go. There's some more butts that hang out. That's what I'm saying. I don't find her outfit any different. See, look how her fronts are. Way more modest than any of the fronts on some of the other girls I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Oh!
No complaint. Robbie says, so what does it mean, Daphne? I don't know. You tell me. Ayla says, honestly, though, all those girls are going to hell. Probably.
That's huge.
Oh,
That's
no,
not
she
gonna
fell
get her,
down for
though.
a second. She fell down for a second. Chris says, fuck yeah, I love Sky Blue's new black ear she wears. That's good.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Sky.
So he's like, how dare you not die and lose?
Going up top. Zoey turning her back to her, though. Oh, no, she's not going all the way up. Oh, no, she is.
She does. If I remember right. This is
I don't think anybody's going to be home.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
Ouch. Robbie says, is that just part of Liv's gimmick? What is it? Which part?
That's it. That's a finisher.
That's her finisher. That better be done.
Zoey loses.
Good job, Liv.
She rolled right onto Zoe's hand. See where her boob is?
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not trying to touch him. Nothing I can do. You put your titties in my hand. I can see why people want mixed gendered matches.
So that guys can just touch things
Like you can pin
unintentionally.
me. You can pin me all night.
Do you want to sit on my chest with your ass out? That's fine. Oh, you want to stick your butthole right in my face? That's perfect.
Can I powerbomb you?
How much can we make your boobs jiggle?
I won't actually powerbomb you. You can hurricane rana me at the end of it, but we'll do the fake hurricane rana a few times.
Right.
Oh God, there he is.
Archer. They are having a match tonight against each other, by the way.
Tell him, TP.
Damien.
He said, tell him,
the joke
TP.
is over.
He's been jumped in twice.
Aww. No initiate, no re-initiate.
No
Nothing.
re-initiation.
Oh, I'm being serious. Oh. An execution. Chris says, but last week's sky blue onesie was covered up from the front. Yep. Ayla says they should be modest. At least cover the shoulders. She does with fishnet, Ayla. It's fine. Robbie says, Liv wins. Vindicator says, all right, job done. Step 1 of the Liv Morgan revenge tour complete. Future chamber winner right there, people. That's a possibility. You never know, right? Who knows how that's going to go.
They have a huge problem with our truth in this city.
Ayla says, Liv lost with Jesus. I was like, Ayla, just put a trash bag over yourself. Vindicator says, so with that, you guys take care. Try to enjoy whatever messes to follow. See you for more cakes and peaches on Hump Day later, Gators. Bye, Vin. Thanks for hanging out for a minute. See you on Wednesday. Ayla's like, I will, Ravi. How do you know she already doesn't cover herself with a trash bag, Ravi? You don't know. It's the giant head guy. His head's so big. It's so
goofy.
Creepy. His body's so weird. It's like here. It was almost as bad as Tony Romo's hands last night. His hands look comical because they were like 5 times as big as they should be. Or just like, what the fuck is wrong with your hands? I was like, who's this doing up Stone Cold with his get up? I don't know. Is that what that looks like? It was like, I get in a bag and breathe deep. Jeez. I don't think you're supposed to put your whole self in the bag.
Yeah.
He just wants to know where he fits in. It was like my toaster doesn't reach the bathtub. My plug in the bathroom has a GFI, so it wouldn't help anyways. Ravi says, yeah, Travis, that dude dressed like Stone Cold coming to the ring. Are you talking about the big-headed guy? Which one are you talking about there, Ravi?
So they're going to come out with Cody Crybaby merchandise. The Rock branded. He's fully embracing the heel turn. So he's Hollywood Rock. Like Hollywood Hogan. That's funny.
Wow, he can't even get his own heel gimmick. What a fucking retard. That guy's a loser.
Hollywood Rock.
Jesus. It was like, luckily, mine doesn't have any safety. Oh, damn it. You know what you could do, Ayla? You just get an extension cord, and then your toaster will reach the bathtub.
Don't do that at home.
I can't. We have a GFI.
Well, that didn't work.
Robbie says the one with the waistcoat on. He's got a ponytail. There was a waistcoat ponytail, dude? I wasn't paying attention. I have no idea.
Good
It looks
stuff.
like be right back. I'm going to take a nap on the train tracks.
I don't know if you could sleep through a train on train
I
tracks.
don't know if you could either if you could take a nap.
It'd be so loud coming.
I mean, you'd have to be under the influence of stuff, I'm sure, in order for that to really happen.
Braun Strowman was getting that. He was showing it on Instagram. They were injecting it into his head.
He's really missing. He thinks that'll make him better as a person.
Braun Strowman.
Yeah. That's funny.
Just get hair. I mean, worked for Orange Cassidy.
Ravi says, Ayla, you should do stand up with your jokes. Ayla's like, no. So much guarantee.
Dun, 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 dun. The Grays.
It's like, Ravi, who came after the footies? Gross. It says, did they finally bin that Kevin guy from commentary?
He's gone. He's been fired.
Yeah. Supposedly someone in here told us before how or why, but it didn't really make a lot of sense. Something to do with Vince stuff or something, but Kevin
I
Patrick.
doubt it had anything to do with that kind of stuff.
Well, that's what the person in our chat said, the reason behind his firing. And I'm like, how's that even possible? Like, because he didn't say what he was supposed to, or he said something incorrect, or tweeted something, or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, what did he do? Like, I mean, other than being terrible at his job, but Pat McAfee doesn't make it better.
Trying to get the Miz.
Hop on a plane right now.
Hop
on a plane. They're gonna kill me, dog.
He said it was an execution.
They said it was an execution. Oh. Rise like, Ayla, I'm guessing your feet smell terrible. Why would her feet smell?
He's still wearing the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his cell phone.
Well, who had to call the Miz?
He's like, I'm waiting for a phone call.
He's like,
Here, you
I'm
take
waiting
this,
for my boy.
and if the phone rings, you give it to me.
They don't deserve our truth, he
Uh-oh.
says.
All right, JD McDoe.
Why would you not want our truth in your group?
So,
because they're not a joke.
Michael's trying
To be a bad guy?
No, just trying to be neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear him? Like, the only likable one out of all of them. Which is the truth.
True.
Finn Balor can be likable, I guess. Okay. Took it a little too.
Oh God, Pat. Oh God.
You sleaze bag. Okay, let's not talk about your movements, buddy. Uh-oh. Commercial break.
Just stay in the ring there, R-Truth.
That's hilarious. Did you need some Doritos?
No.
You
Are
sure?
there any left?
No, not really. There's the bags in there, but because I picked it up to move it, and I was like,
Why did they just finish the crumb? They're so weird. Just finish them off or throw it away. Are there any whole chips in there? No. Then why is it in here? Robbie's like, I'm guessing your feet smell terrible. And Neil's like, I'm guessing you wear disgusting platform shoes on your gross little feet. Robbie says, shame about Mrs. Wife. Yeah. But at least they caught it soon enough that maybe she has a good chance of not having any issues.
Before it's in her lymphatic system.
That dude wearing women's clothes or something?
Like Borat or something.
That's gross.
Your friend's on me. Your friend's on me.
You know, don't. I'm over her. We're in a commercial break, by the way.
Yeah, we're not just ignoring the fight. It is R-Truth versus McDowell, but it's a commercial.
I was stuffing food in my face and you weren't talking. So, Robin says, Ayla, not after your cheesy feet have been in them. Hill's like, we definitely don't wear the same size shoe. I have adult feet. My cheesy toes stay in my own shoes. I was like, Ayla, I don't want your smelly shoes. No, thank you. He was like, good. I didn't ask you if you wanted them, sniffer. I was like, it's not just butts you've been sniffing, shoes too. You're going to be behind the bars.
The whole mountain cave.
Oh God, poor dog.
He's alive.
Poor guy.
That's a scary ride down.
The whole thing would be scary.
It'd be scary standing where the human is.
I think I'd be freaking the fuck out. Not just for my own safety, but my animal. They're just like, oh well.
It happens.
And Robbie's had crusty shoes from Ayla. And Ayla's like, hey, people pay good money for my crusty shoes. It's like, mind your business, Robbie. I think he's just jealous because he hasn't quite gotten on the part of the site where he buys the shoes. He's just on the foot part of it so far. He hasn't, started paying for the actual shoes.
Witty.
The pulled pork tachos would probably be pretty good.
Where was that?
Or Sonic tater tots with pulled pork on them and barbecue sauce and
Sonic.
cheese. Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. They're exchanging slaps.
It says he is jealous. It's gross. I want R-Truth to win this because I feel like he should be able to embarrass McDowell. Harvey says, yeah, always jealous of Ayla, Elho, 100. Harvey, we know you are. It's fine. We know you're trying to be all weird about it, but give him the one-man knuckle shuffle thingy.
Yeah, well, this is from his idol, his childhood idol.
Oh, he left. He hit him. Judgment Day should be a punishment. Oh my god, Cap. Fat asses on my stuff.
Yeah, you fat ass.
Yeah, not pleased. Oh. It was like he's upset and jealous that I can go buy shoes opposed to him having to cut up an old tire to make his. He's poor. Old tire, if he's lucky, grows probably barefoot 99% of the time.
That's dumb.
That's dumb. They shouldn't have allowed that to happen.
No.
They should have let R-Truth win. It's fine. Let him get beat up some more and stuff, but... a very big win. Oh, stop, Michael Cole. I was like, thanks, Ayla, for making me shoes with household junk. She ain't making them for you. She said you're making them.
Are they going to beat him?
It was like, don't think me, think
Who's
your
gonna
parents.
help him? Because I don't know if Miz is there. I guess he could be, but... watch out.
Oh, there's Mr. Damien. I was like, Truth has a few moves. Who knew?
Your time's up. Good right hand.
Oh.
What's wrong with these guys? This is a dick move.
It's like, I can't teach poor. I never heard of her.
Oh, they ripped his shirt off.
Oh, God.
Fuck. Come on.
The Miz isn't there, so they have DIY helping. Oh, my God. And they're going up against him for the... no, wait. They were going to go up against him for the tag team titles, but they lost their chance, and it's the other two dingleberries. Mm-hmm. Jesus.
The midget and the other...
yeah, the other midgets.
The chimney sweep guy.
The other midgets. Not this pair of midgets, the other ones. Sure you do all the time. Sophie says, this show is great. Have you seen all the trailers that dropped yesterday? There were some. We do need to put that Shogun on a list because I really do want to watch that. They've showed that a few times when we've seen it. I've pointed it out a couple times even on here and be like, oh, I want to see that.
Oh.
Ew, gross.
He's going to turn on him.
He has to. There's no way.
They need him to be a heel. Sammy's trash. But it's not going to be for a while.
So it's like the Usher halftime show was great. So he's like, Wicked looks good.
Woo.
I guess for if they're going to do an origin story of the Wizard of Oz stuff, I mean, it's okay, but I'm not that interested in it. I saw that they were going to redo like the Wizard of Oz that looked better, but maybe it was that and the way that the girl produced it made it look different. But I said, Usher, he's been decent for a long time. Has he? It's funny because the only song out of all of them I liked was when the other rappers showed up. Yeah. At the end. That was the only part I liked. I'm like, oh, this is...
the whole time.
I like this.
Well, I was sitting there waiting for it's 7 o'clock on the dot, but they didn't do that song.
They did a line.
He did that first part, and it was a watch on there. Then it was kind of weird for a while, but then that last song we were waiting for, and then the whole place went crazy.
And that's what they ended on, which is great.
But then I was like, I wonder if Ludacris is going to show up, and he did, which got me going.
Mm-hmm.
It's Luda, alert, alert. What do you think that's from?
Looks like it's just heat, like it
right, that's what it looks
burnt
like
on something, like got too hot on something. Could be anything. This stuff like melts really easily. It's kind of crazy. Your cat's a freak. Look at him. It can't be comfortable. I just desperately needed to lay on my lap, didn't you, buddy? Sophie says that. Ravi says Usher, he's been decent for a long time. And Sophie says Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, I didn't even look at that as being real, so I did not look more into it. Ravi says, yes, D. Usher has some bangers. I'll take your word for that, Ravi, because I don't like his music. None of the songs before the very last one of the halftime show was I even interested in. And the only reason why is because he had help. And I'm just not into his type of music. Sophie says the Wicked movie was announced like 8 years ago. Robbie says his first album, My Way, from the mid-90s is decent.
Oh, absolutely.
Is it that weird R&B stuff he was singing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't like that kind of music. I've just never been into it. There might be a few songs here and there from different artists I may like, but it's just not something I go, I can't wait until that comes out. I personally would rather listen to blues if I'm going to listen to something like that kind of music. Just saying.
It's going to be on Hulu in the United States, but Disney Plus in other territories. That Shogun.
Oh, yeah, that's not surprising.
Worries me, though. Disney fucks things up.
I don't think, I think it's a Hulu original, not Disney. So if that's the case, it probably won't be too bad. But I'm willing to give it a little bit of a try to see how it goes.
It starts soon. 27th. I'm putting it back.
I was like, Yellow D, you're hard to please. No, Robbie, that's not true. There's just like there's there's probably more genres of music that you don't like than genres of music that I don't like. Because I usually can find music in almost every genre that I can listen to. It may not be new age, all new age stuff. It's not always old stuff. Um, that's the thing of having that diversity of I played instruments and appreciate music. There's a difference. Um, but you're the type that probably is like, I don't like this music and all, because you've mentioned it a couple of times. Like you would be the person that's hard to please because you like a certain area of music and that's all you like. Um, I have listened to that stuff. I'm just not a very big fan of it. That doesn't mean I sit there and go, oh God, it hurts my eardrums and it's awful. Like some shit that was on the NFL stuff. But, uh, you know, I would say there's probably stuff in R&B that I probably have listened to and liked, but I couldn't tell you the artists because I don't know them. That's all. So being hard to please, that's not it at all, actually. Like, for instance, I'll give you this. There's a lot of new age stuff that I have listened to that Travis hates. He fucking hates it. I've listened to it and I actually like it. But the reason why I've listened to it is because I would be driving his daughter, going to pick her up or bringing her back for weekends, and I would listen to it because it was stuff she listened to. So I gave it a chance, and there's some of it I didn't like, but there was a lot of it I did enjoy and like. So, and I've continued to do that. I continue to listen to new stuff because there's always going to be something somewhere.
Yeah, huh? You're into that.
I was like, I like lots of music, from Brazilian music to jazz, 80s, 90s, 70s, Motown club music, but not screaming, shouting rock. That's where we differ, Ravi. I literally probably could listen to music from almost any genre, including shouting rock, death metal, rock. I can listen to some of that stuff. Like, that's where I'm saying, like, I'm not hard to please. You're hard to please. We've got Becky out here talking to us because God forbid that we have wrestling matches.
We need Becky dressed like that. She's going to the prom in
2034.
2034.
crazy. She did get her match, right? Because she went against Shayna Baszler. Okay.
Yeah, she's in the Elimination Chamber against Liv.
Right. She loves it
It's
so
going to be one of
much.
those two that win, I believe, also.
It's gotta be.
Although Bianca will be in it.
Yeah.
Bianca did make it. But I don't think they're going that direction with Bianca.
I don't know what they're doing with her.
You're going to see Jade Cargill in there or something. Not in there, but in a match, maybe.
Yeah.
And she could be in there. But that means she'd have to lose her first match.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yep.
It would.
Although she'd have to qualify, so she'd win that. Then she'd lose her second.
Yeah.
The only woman to win the main event at WrestleMania.
It's true.
That is huge.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be putting my personal life out there like that, but weird.
But it's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth. Okay.
This is boring.
Now this is false. Like the other stuff was true, but this was not right.
She's 3. She don't know anything. Robbie's like, I don't follow Taylor Swift that deep. What is it with her and the NFL?
Why Dad wants to fight Maui? Because he's the Raw. That's funny shit.
Robbie, the thing of Taylor Swift and NFL is that she is the Kansas City Chiefs. That's who she is. That's the team is Taylor Swift team. She's dating a guy on she's dating one of the offense guys called Travis Kelce on the Kansas City Chiefs. So everybody's gotten an uproar about, oh, Taylor Swift is at all the games, and to how would you say, play on that. They show her a lot, and it's kind of irritating. I don't care if she's there. I don't give a shit if she's dating somebody on the team. It's the fact that they basically have made the Kansas City Chiefs, to me, a laughingstock, because basically they're just Taylor Swift's team, and it's kind of gross. So instead of them being the Kansas City Chiefs, they're Taylor Swift and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not saying that she's ruining football by any means. I know a lot of people say that and stuff. It's just that their propaganda of her is gross. It's disgusting to me. That's all. That's my own personal opinion, by the way.
Give me a drink.
She wants a drink and wants to toast things. I don't know what drink it is. Lemonade with vodka in it. Oh, we're going to go on rides and wild journeys here. It's a good thing she's telling us all about it. The boringness of Raw tonight. Robbie's like, oh, so not a big deal then. Yep. Robbie, there are diehard people that make it a big deal. That's all. Travis and I just joke about it because it's just pathetic. That whole thing is just pathetic.
Who's this? Is this Naya's new music?
Is it because she's a gargantuan?
Yeah.
They're like, look, you're big, so we're gonna make big music. That's kind of dumb music.
Oh, it's terrible.
I know we've had our differences, but I was like, I would rather drink toilet water than listen to Taylor Swift music.
Yeah, who wouldn't? Is it Taylor Swift's toilet water?
Knowing Ravi, yes. No, just I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I don't know. I don't know. Her music is not something I like to listen to with my earballs. Let's put it that way. Oh my God. Is she crying?
It's not real.
This is fucking dumb as fuck. Jesus Christ. Oh boy. Robbie says,
God,
at least the toilet water has more flavor and variety in it, I guess. I'm just waiting for her to break up with the guy or them to have some kind of problem.
Look
and she makes a song about it.
She is as a human being. Look at them standing next to each other. It's like Hulk Hogan and Andre. Look at the size difference.
Right? Oh, boy.
And then you're going to wrestle me at WrestleMania.
Robbie says, I don't know why girls fan girl over Taylor Swift. I don't know.
They're called Swifties. They have names, not girls.
There's a lot of guys that do it too, Robbie. So it's not just girls. Sophie says, why lately has Raw felt like it goes by fast? I don't know, but it sure hasn't felt like it's gone by fast since there's still a whole fucking hour left of it. And it should only be 10 minutes of the show, but we've only had like a couple matches. She's like, oh, there it is. There it is. That's what we were open and waiting for. Oh, great.
Triple threat.
Oh, jeez.
Well, if we're going to call her mommy, that's dumb.
Mammy.
Let's not call her any of that stuff. That's just stupid. Like the Eradicator at least sounds better than that. That's stupid enough.
Right. Sophie says, with him cursing on WWE TV, it sets up for their move to Netflix. Oh, what was the cursing, Sophie?
Was it poop?
Was it
take a dump?
Was it because Pat McAfee said ass? Oh.
Oh, all that liquid. All
the lemonade sticky everywhere. Not the sticky. Picolo's in the chat. Hey, Picola says, so smarten me up. What are we smartening up about? Sophie says they have been teasing Rhea versus Bianca for the past few years. And Robbie says all three are frauds, but Rhea needs to cook both of them. And Sophie says, didn't they say bullshit? Did they? I don't know.
He did say shit. Or ass. He did say ass.
He said ass.
Because he said turn it sideways and stick it.
Yeah. Because Cody wanted to know what they were supposed to do with the nugget. He asked Pat McAfee because Pat McAfee was there for the whole conversation. So he wanted to know, what was it that he said we should be doing with our chicken nuggets? Put him up your ass. People says, what do I do when it's blanching hand-cut fries? People, are you asking a legit question about blanching? Just out of curiosity.
She lived in the Golden Girls house. Blanche.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. Blanching is a type of thing that you do with foods.
Boil
so I'm
it.
just... Okay, so you're asking a legit question about blanching. So, it depends, I guess. So what I would consider blanching hand-cut fries would be this. Blanching hand-cut fries would mean that you are soaking them in cold water after you cut them. Because you want to pull the starch out of them when you do a deep fry. Or bake them in the oven. Or make them in an air fryer.
Back.
Piccolo says, I am what gives. What do you mean what gives? What gives about what? What is it? Ravi says Nia doesn't deserve a title shot. Last time she had the title, she was lackluster, like someone serving me chicken with no seasoning. I thought they did that a lot in the UK, in England. Sophie says, how can you tell if your fries are blanched? I don't know. I mean,
They're not.
unless you're watching them do it.
They're not brown.
Okay, most of the time when you go to places, they're already going to have like frozen French fries that they're deep frying for you. Like, if you have a place that hand cuts their fries, I'm hoping that they're going to do a cold water bath on them, but I don't know.
They should wash them off for the fact that there's a lot of starch in them when they're cut from potatoes.
Yeah.
And you don't want a bunch of starch in your potatoes. If you ever just take a potato and shred it and then cook it, you'll notice it turns like a weird color.
Yeah.
That's the starch.
Sophie says, we don't even know where Nia Jax sided with the whole bloodline thing. Does it matter? I don't know. Pico says, so that won't make my grease blacken. It shouldn't. So what you want to do is, if you're going to do it, you want to blanch them. I don't know for how long, though, okay? I don't know that information. That might be something you might have to do. And then pull them out of the water, and if you're deep frying, and dry them.
Like pat dry.
You want to dry them before you deep fry them. Because you do not want to take them from water to oil, because that will cause an issue.
The steam takes the oil up into the air and then it gets ugly.
But the starch can blacken your oil and you almost burn down your kitchen. It can cause those kind of things because it's a lot of stuff in the potatoes still, especially when you're fresh cut French fries. And they're fresh, like actual potato, and you cut it up. The only reason why I'm saying this is I don't deep fry my stuff. I bake my stuff in the oven. And Travis and I kind of did a little experiment because we did them where you just cut them and then put them in the oven. And then we did it where you cut them, blanched them with the cold water for like, I think it was like 30 minutes or something like that. Pulled them out, dried them, and then put them in the oven. And they were crispier, if that helps. So.
Well, there's less starch.
Yeah. Robbie says, so what's the best way to make triple cooked fries?
It's a good question. I don't know.
So triple cooked fries. So here's another thing. Okay. So I've seen some people do this. They cut their French fries, or they peel their potatoes, or don't peel their potatoes. And they boil their potatoes whole for a little bit, which is called like semi-cooking the potato, and then cut them up, which actually takes some of the starch out of the potato, then cut them up into French fry type stuff, put them in a cold water bath, and then deep fry. So people will triple fry, which basically means that you are deep frying your object or whatever it is more than once. People do it with Chinese food sometimes. Like if they're doing a batter dipped meat, they will take the batter dipped meat and they will fry it once, all of it once, and then they will do a second fry on it, which actually crisps up the batter more so. I would think if that was the case, you would probably do that with more battered fries, which they do make and have, rather than a regular French fry. But I'm not an expert. These are just things I've learned over time or have seen or read. Sophie says, I eat all types of fries. Most people do, Sophie. I'm actually kind of particular about my fries. Spiegel says, I almost burned down the kitchen. I'm sorry to hear that, bud. That's kind of scary. Sophie says, so triple threat Rhea versus Becky versus Nia. That would be interesting. Sophie says, do you like homemade fries or store-bought fries? It depends on the fries and where they're from. Sophie says, I haven't been in here all night. I pop in and out. That's all right. Ravi says, ooh, fancy baking in the oven. Ravi, I don't have a deep fryer. We tried a deep fryer once. I didn't like the way it made my house smell. The last time we used it outside, and we haven't used it since. So I bake everything in the oven.
Sure we gave it away.
I think we did too, right? Yeah. Your sister or somebody, or
I think my mom was having a yard sale.
Yeah, or something. Anyways, we basically got rid of it.
We used it twice.
We used it basically twice.
Just don't like the oil smell in the air.
Yeah. Sophie says, how long does it take to make a potato into a French fry? Depends on how you make it. Depends on if you're deep frying it, if you're baking it, if you're putting it in your air fryer, convection oven, however. Ravi says, is it called julienne when cut fries? No. Julienne is a type of cut, but that doesn't mean that that's a cut of fries. So you have shoestring fries, you have steak fries, you have crinkle cut fries, you have waffle cut fries, you have thick cut fries, you have battered fries. You can pretty much do a French fry almost every which way around the way. But julienne, I guess the closest would be like a what did I say? Shoestring would be like a julienne, I guess you could say. Julienne is just a type of cut, not.
You shredded like a julienne salad, man.
Yeah, I mean you can julienne potatoes because people are saying it's mostly
Hash
veggies.
browns.
You can definitely julienne potatoes, but they would be more like matchsticks. If you julienne cut them, they wouldn't really be fry size. So that's. I'm agreeing with Pico on this one. That's how I know what a julienne cut is. So I've never.
No, thank you. He told him.
No, thank you for the help. I have seen people do match cut fries, which would be like a julienne cut on them, but it'd be weird. I guess they'd be more like hash browns. In my area of knowing potatoes. But Sophie says this is one of those times Raw should be 2 hours. Yeah, think, Sophie, with all the talking? Oh, hey, we're finally getting another Elimination Chamber match. It's LA Knight versus Ivar. We'll see how this works out. I was like, D, you're an expert, 100, whatever. Sophie says, so Jay versus Gunther next week? Yeah, it sounds like it. The only fries I don't eat is sweet potato fries. And Piccolo says, no, it's a type of cut regarding veggies. Mostly like you take a carrot and it's less than 1/4 of an inch. Yes.
Valhalla is here.
Sophie says, that WrestleMania teaser trailer is interesting even though they have done trailers before. Piccolo says, I've been lazy and skipping that step really was the wrong choice. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I just feel like if you're going to deep fry French fries and they're fresh cut, you definitely don't skip steps. Because it could be a massive problem, right?
Right.
I mean, if they were frozen French fries, you're just throwing frozen ones in there, it wouldn't matter, because they're already dried anyways, basically.
Valhalla forgot a rack.
She didn't bring her horns tonight.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I couldn't bring them to Lexington,
Now,
Kentucky.
does LA
They wouldn't
lose
allow
this
it.
because of AJ?
I don't know. Maybe.
He cost AJ.
Ooh, he did. It'd be weird, though, to put Ivar in it, but I guess they could. It'd be an odd one, but...
It just gives a couple easies.
Yeah.
Not easies, but him and Bronson. Oh, wait, no, Bronson didn't make it. Bobby did.
Yeah, Bobby made it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes like, exactly 100. I have some store-bought in the freezer. Yeah. Yeah, that's the best lazy way to go. If you're seriously going to be lazy, that's the best lazy way to go with deep fry. That's how I would look at it, but...
Yeah, let him thaw.
Again, that's just moi. But I don't deep fry stuff. I don't like the smell of the deep fried grease. I have a hard time with it. It permeates so many things. It reminds me of things that I'm not a fan of. Robbie says, so LA Knight for the win? Maybe? I don't know, though.
If it's fair and square, yes. But I have a feeling AJ might show up.
Yeah.
He did cost AJ, and they're trying to build that feud up.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that plays out.
Unless AJ just didn't want to go to Australia, which makes sense. Why not?
Yeah, he might not have. He has kids and family, and he
likes
stuff.
freedom.
So I don't know. Maybe. Pico says, but no, I had a wild hair at my... sometimes I've done that myself. I have made fresh cut French fries myself sometimes and made them in the oven and skipped a couple steps and was very sorry about it. Phil says, and the place is smoky, damn it. Dang it. Well, if the weather's kind of nice, you can open windows and doors and kind of, air it out some. That'd be okay. Robbie says, so you won't deep fry bacon?
Why would you?
No,
That's interesting. I mean, it would work, I guess. But it's weird.
Yeah, I personally have never deep fried bacon. Is that a thing? Do you deep fry bacon? Just out of curiosity.
Are you just changing the grease from bacon grease to vegetable oil or whatever oil you're using?
I mean, yeah, because, I mean, in all reality, it kind of deep fries itself if you put it in a pan.
Right.
And you just put a whole bunch of it in the pan. It just kind of deep fries itself in its own grease. So, I mean, that's, I guess, a form of deep frying, but it's bacon.
So I do it.
I mean, everybody else was like, you have to put a layer. And then I was like, yeah, fuck that shit. And then I started doing it. I'm like, no. Because I did it before you started doing it, of just piling it all in the pan. I was just like, who cares? Like, it's all going to cook at some point.
That's how I do it.
Pickle's like, by the way, who are you for? In what? Like, who are we for?
49ers. No, I don't know what you're
like, who are you for? Are you talking about, like, in the match that's going on, or?
Which I need to write it down. Obviously LA Knight in this one for me.
Pickle says, we used to make 8 sheet pans of bacon every morning for prep.
That's awesome. Bacon. I don't know if government bacon's good, but I definitely like it. Old bacon.
No, Travis didn't watch that, but yeah.
What am I supposed to say?
So Pickle sent this meme earlier today that was like a girl called an Uber, right, for pickup, and she's probably drunk off her ass. And she comes up to the window, and she's like, "Who are you? Like, or who are you? And who are you here for?" And he's like, "Who are you here for?" She's drunk off her ass. Like, she's trying to, like, the whole conversation, the poor guy is just like, who are you here? Who are you? It's I was like, oh my God, how dumb. People and their stuff. Anyways.
As long as there's not music.
No, I asked you first. Like, are you fucking kidding me, you dumb bitch? Like, do you want to ride or not?
Is it just starting again? That's funny. I think it's just playing again. I think.
Who is your driver? I asked you first. He's like, Abby, get in the car. Get in the car, Abby.
Oh, LA almost had him right there, but Ivar did manage to get that shoulder up just in the nick of time.
What are you here for? I asked you first.
I asked you second.
Pickle's like, we used to make 8 sheet pads of bacon every morning for prep. Nice. My meme, I say yes. Pickle says you cook it 375 for 30 minutes and it's just ready for a quick grill and add to a burger. Nice. Heard a lot of people make their bacon in the microwave. I've never done that one.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
McKenna's mom does it. Weird. But it still takes like 7 minutes.
Right.
They have a thing that you can put bacon in, like a rack.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't. She just put it on a plate.
Right.
I mean, fuck, you can cook, what's that called? That corn on the cob in the microwave, and it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as good as water boiled or whatever, but it's still good.
Or grilled. Grilled is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's unsweat,
Mm.
which is what a microwave would do.
Yeah, but the grilled, you have to, like, soak it and then put it on the grill and it works better. Or soak it, put it in foil and throw it in a fire. That works pretty good too.
Ugh. Ivar showing the devil horns.
Not the devil horns.
Oh,
like
no one
oven-baked
was
bacon
home.
is probably easier to contain all the grease. Probably. I mean, Travis and I used to cook our bacon that way all the time, by the way. We put it on a pan in the oven.
I just don't like cleaning the oven pan, so.
Yeah. That was our biggest thing, so we just kind of stopped.
So close. And even when I'd put tinfoil down, somehow it'd go through it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, how do you go through metal? Look at the stomps.
So dangerous.
Repeated stomps. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was like, man, I'm upset. I need to spray something to get rid of the smoky smell. Oh, I'm sorry. Dang it.
Oh my god, he was going right after Eric's wife.
Yeah, Valhalla almost got it.
Oh no, it's spinning back kick. Ivar going up top.
I don't know what kind of weather you're having right now, Piccola, but you might want to, like, open some windows in the door and let it air out if you can.
Oh, nobody was home for the doom salt.
I'm just not sure
Uh-oh.
like, how bad the bugs are and stuff right now, so. And Ivar lost. LA Knight won! Giving Valhalla the old kissy poo. Yeah. All that. Oh, God. Robbie has a joke for you. What do you call a priest that graduated from law school? It's a dad joke, so it's clean.
Oh, okay. So, a priest?
Yeah. What do you call a priest that graduated from law school?
I don't know. BA something? I don't know.
A father-in-law.
That's not even dirty at all.
I told you it was like a dad joke.
Father-in-law. Are we keeping the priest jokes good because it's Fat Tuesday tomorrow?
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know.
Be the greatest of all time. What is the main event? Him wrestling somebody? Him and Shinsuke?
Yeah.
Didn't Shinsuke main event last week in the bull rope match?
Oh.
Or was that not last week? You heard him, Sammy. Drew, smack him in the face. Rupture his eardrum if you have to. Just smack him. Go through. I don't know if this match is going to end up happening. Big Yeti come running out here like, ah! He'll get attacked on this way to the ring.
Right. Oh, Robbie says, oh, Goldie laughing at my joke. I didn't laugh. That was Travis that laughed, not me, dude. All I did was shake my head.
In the arm. That's Lash Legend.
Yeah.
That's Trick.
He also says, remember getting the jokes from the back of Playboy pinups?
Absolutely. I never actually ripped them out of the magazines, but I got a subscription to Playboy when I was, God, I couldn't have been more than 13, 12, something like that. And it was, my first episode was Anna Nicole Smith before she was famous. No, I'm not kidding. I had that one forever. I should have kept it. I don't know if it's worth anything now, but
Yeah, not sure.
and then there was a few other ones. It was a lot of college co-ed stuff mostly, but I did read the jokes and they were always kind of funny. And you could actually say I just get them for the jokes later on in life.
Right. Robbie says, what happens to that junk on WWE Shop that doesn't sell or goes out of season?
They probably just send it over to a different country or something, or throw it away.
Who knows? I'm sure they probably
they liquidate it.
They probably clearance it down so much that
yeah.
places buy it and then they try to sell it.
They resell it
knows?
because people still go, "Hey, do you
'em.
remember when blah 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 was blah blah blah?" And it's cool to have that shirt just because it's not around anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The Ultimate Wear.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you find that? Like just on the WWE shop?
Mm-hmm.
They clearance in it?
They have a 25% off thing
Oh.
going right now, but you were talking about maybe getting more
Ball cap.
more ball caps, so
They don't get better than those.
right.
I know what you're capable of. That's quitting on your country.
Yeah, and your team. Wouldn't want you on my team. You're
What
a quitter pants.
Yeah, they'll make her be on the not make her, but they'll make her teammates be on her team. It'll be horseshit when they should literally just walk away if she's on the team.
Mm-hmm.
She's just gonna quit on you again,
Basically.
and then put you in a bad spot because somebody else could have had that spot.
Yep.
That was clutch,
Mm-hmm.
and they could have won. But you don't go and then quit in the middle, and then, by the way, she came back at the end for her personal stuff.
Yeah.
But not for the team stuff.
Not for the team, yeah.
And so they didn't.
So she fucked out on her team.
Uh-huh.
So she's not a team player. But when it came to her own personal stuff, she definitely wanted to make sure that she didn't quit on that.
Right.
Loser. Piccolo says there was a Twitch conversation I brought up with a Brit, and they were impressed how I was curious about international music may not be as popular there. Phil says, I was sort of curious if the K-pop fad or Latin pop fad ever came to England. What do you think is the highest selling tee from any wrestling era, Travis? Like t-shirt tee.
NWO.
Oh, that one. Yeah. NWO.
Everybody I know and people that I know that didn't even watch wrestling had that stupid shirt. The black and white NWO shirt.
That's
I don't know how true that is, but
right.
but everybody had it. I have one downstairs, but the one I have, because of course I can't be like everybody else. So I bought the black and red one, the Wolfpack one, but I still have it. It's the original. It's from the 90s.
Bobby says Latin mixed music was popular in the UK about 7 years ago, but not really anymore. People says 316 comes close.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be a huge one. And then The Rock had like a Brahma Bull one. I had that one. I still have that one downstairs also. But I don't have the 316 one. Although I can get one on that. Say it now. Mew.
Yeah. No.
It's like
Temu.
Anyways, Temu that we've all called it for a fucking year. Oh, why is this bitch talking? You're from my family. Your family don't want to see you. You're an embarrassment.
Piccolo says, do people like K-pop over there, Robbie? I bet there's probably like groups of people that probably do, just like there are anywhere, but not sure how much Robbie is into that era or stuff. Do you want to?
Why would you go after? Yeah.
Hulkamania.
Of course I do.
Hulkamania
Of course, I
hat.
love how bright the colors were back in those days.
They have that one too. So, would you want that one or the red one? What?
I just didn't
Keep going down. A little bit more. A little bit more. There, right there.
That's tough. I mean, the yellow and red is his colors. And then that one is like when he'd wear that one special event. So probably that first one. This one. Uh-oh. Too bad we can't find the red Raw hat.
I know.
You think that you'd be able to find it somewhere on a bidding site or something? Like they just don't exist. And it's because people like me, they just got rid of it. Remember Dolph used to wear that blue one all the time? And I was like, he just wears it around like it's not fucking rare.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. So he says the Road to Mania already have twists and turns to it. Robbie says a small percentage was, but it quickly died down about that K-pop question. Pico says, does WWE still offer Bray Wyatt merch? I don't know if they do. I haven't really looked, so. Robbie says, I don't know what's worse, K-pop or Taylor Swift both sound like the toilet flushing to me.
Here comes Sammy. Is this Hermione?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only 20 minutes left.
Well, I write mules and wolves howling.
Here it is. There's the bell. Your main event. Sammy versus Nakamura.
Oh, Nakimori. They're still selling Brock Lesnar stuff.
Well, that's pretty cool. Is it just black?
Yeah, it just has a beast patch on the front.
Oh, I can't even see it. It just looks like a... Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, Nakamura just kicked him. Now, Nakamura is what we used to call in the old days, educated feet.
Educated feet.
Marbles. Marbles. It is. It's Sammy doing his baby stuff. He's definitely the Liv Morgan of the men's, right? Like,
I would say a little bit.
is there anybody else the crybaby in the men's?
I guess it depends on what kind of crybaby they
They did a really good storyline with him in the Bloodline. The Bloodline made him famous, made him popular.
Right?
And it's commercial break.
Already?
And we're hat shopping. That one. That goofy looking one.
That?
Yeah, what is that? Like, what are those?
It's a painter's hat. So like what Mario and his brother Luigi wear?
Yeah.
Commercial break. Rob is like Nakamura taunting Sammy. He goes, says, I'm sad my genetics will never grow me a bushy mustache. He goes like, don't say it, D. Rib me all you want. What are we saying about your mustache? Do you want a 70s porn stash? Is that what you're trying to say?
I can't grow a mustache. I don't understand how people can. First of all, I don't like it in my mouth.
Or are you talking like a mustache that like comes out like that and like curls on the end?
Right, but you have to like, I've tried it. Not too long ago, I actually tried it. Like, I can get it here to go here, right? Which I did. I kept this long and then kind of try to keep that short.
Mm-hmm.
But you'd have to be okay with it touching your food.
True.
And I'm not.
You're like, no. Oh, cry, Punk. CM Punk, crybaby man Punk.
Yeah, but he's not really a crybaby.
I don't really care. I don't know if I'd say he's a crybaby, okay? Like,
some of the shit
there's
that he
a difference between a crybaby and somebody who's just a quitter.
Right. Some of the stuff that he said on Thursday, I couldn't have agreed more with any human in my life. And I was like, son of a bitch. But he was like, there's so many men. How do you word it? There's so many there's so many man buns in wrestling today, and not very many of them are attached to men, if you know what I mean. That shit's funny because it's basically saying they're all a bunch of pussies.
Right.
And I was like, holy crap, that's the greatest sentiment I've ever heard.
Robbie says, I can't say I have ever met a Filipino with a beard. Kegel says, just watching a Western. All the folks have big mustaches. You're watching the wrong Westerns. Gotta watch the ones where they don't have them.
Is that the for sale price on the side?
Yeah, those stuff in red. Well, of course.
Because they're normally 30 or whatever.
Well, that one's normally 25. Some of them are 30.
Yeah.
Normally. But I just didn't know one other one that you'd want.
Rusev Day. I'm just kidding. They don't have that shit anymore. But... Warrior was cool. Obviously, Hogan. You can never go wrong with Hogan.
Well, I put that one in there. I'm talking about one more.
Right. Hooah. They have to snap into a Slim Jim. No Randy Savage.
I didn't see any of his. Because, like, Japanese grow better beards for sure. Some of them. Not all of them can grow beards, but some of them can. Yeah, you never want to lose your confidence as a professional athlete. So he's like, this episode was awesome.
Nothing wrong with it, right?
I mean, they could have gotten away with not as much talking as they did.
Yeah, there was a little dead time. I didn't like to see R-Truth get jumped.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb. And then try to make it like the DIY is going to save him and shit.
Then,
it's weird.
yeah, DIY. Like they're going to do anything. That's like getting beat up by some college seniors and some junior high kids show up to help you fight back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no thanks, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'd rather not have to worry about you guys. It's so funny because I don't notice differences. Like, I just always thought the ropes were white.
They haven't been? I don't really pay much attention to that stuff.
I know
either,
that the mats, those were digital down there.
Right.
And they're not now. Now it looks like, well,
and it might just be because of where they're at, too. It might just be because they're in Lexington, Kentucky.
And they
Who
don't have
knows?
electricity there in the
No,
Kentucky.
maybe they just didn't bring that stage with them. I don't fucking know. I mean,
get it. Kentucky's that way. It's backwards.
Not saying they're backwards. I'm saying that maybe they just didn't bring certain things to it this time. I don't know.
And that could be a digital board. That's obviously not, but it still could be digital. It just could just be frozen on Raw.
Rob is like, there are a lot of clutch wrestlers in WWE, and Pico says this whole time, I've never bought anything Bloodline merch related. People would? That's not happening. So he says, R-Truth is always dumb, though, that his gimmick.
I could get a day one ooth at.
So he says, it seems like SmackDown is a wrestling heavy show and Raw's entertainment heavy show. He says, what do you mean? Oh, they're in Cornette territory. I don't know. So somebody was talking earlier how everything was changed. I think Sophie mentioned it. How it looks different and everything. And Travis is saying, like, down below, they don't have the electric stuff. They just have the normal skirts that they usually have.
Draped over.
And so.
Draperies. And you know Triple H is working on a new logo and everything. He loves changing things. That's why the belts are always different. Every time Vince would give him a little bit of slack, he would try to radically change everything.
Yeah.
And now that Vince has fucked himself. Oh, God, that hurt. Mm-hmm. You can see that hurt.
Yeah. That one is $30. See, that one's $40 normally.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Andy's dead. And that was hilarious. He had his arm in a snake bit there. He's like, they don't bite. One bit him. He goes, that hard.
That hard.
I don't care if a snake bites me. I've been bit by a snake many times. I just don't want him to be venomous.
Right.
So you can bite me all you want. It's that big. Their heads, like even the big ones are only that big.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't care if a bullet constructor bit me.
When they bite though, they're almost like an alligator. They have razor sharp teeth all the way around their mouths, and they will literally bite and then they twist. So they will shred. They will shred your muscle and stuff.
Is to bite down and then squeeze.
Yeah, but they bite to hold, and then they wrap you up to squeeze whatever their prey is. But they twist their heads, and they twist their
body's turning.
Right, but it twists, and so what it does is it rips the flesh, and that's why their bites can be so dangerous. Is it would be blood loss more than anything else you'd have a problem with. The damage it would do is what it is.
I watched a guy catch a giant anaconda the other day.
Yeah, did he bop it over the head?
No.
Oh, was he in their actual habitat?
Yeah.
They weren't as an invasive species somewhere?
No, they were in South America. Anyways, he jumped on it and he caught it finally. This thing's massive, by the way. It's an anaconda. And then he grabbed it by the back of the head, and this thing's head was like that big. And he had it just so he could kiss it.
Mm-hmm.
He kissed it. He kisses big snakes. Like, you're a crazy motherfucker.
Not any more crazy than
Steve
Irwin. Let's see. Sophie says, I think we will see new logos and stuff after Mania.
I think we're going to see a lot of different stuff.
Piccolo says, well, boy, howdy. And Sophie says, do you think they will change the looks of both Raw and SmackDown when their new TV contracts start?
Yeah.
Sophie says it'll be interesting what they are going to do when Pat can't be there every week.
Get somebody else to fill in. As long as it's not Booker T or Beth Phoenix, I'm gold.
True
Although I
that.
shouldn't say that because it could be somebody worse. But I'm okay with like Mario Ranello or whatever his name is coming in if he's not working. End with anyone. Watch it.
Weird. See, it has the patch on the front that's the beast.
Mm-hmm.
But
Kick to the chest.
I don't know if that's one you'd want.
It's fine. Yeah.
There's not really anything else that I don't know other things you'd be interested
Is there a
in.
cross-eyed one?
Um,
I'm joking.
they have a whole bunch of his.
Like DX.
They have one of those. They have NWO stuff.
NWO would be way cool. Black and white, because I don't have any black and white stuff.
You don't?
Not the NWO.
Oh.
I have the NWO red and black one downstairs, that shirt, but that's it. All right, Nakamura. Fires with that elbow. Misses with the kick. Oh, got him with the back side of his heel. How cool was that?
Mm.
You're like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Or is Jean-Claude Van Damme like him? I heard Van Damme grew up watching him.
There's like at least no more football to watch. That must stink for all the football fans, though. Pico's like, meh.
You
So he
know,
says-
it really doesn't. I think it's good to have some time off.
Gives you a chance to watch other
They
things.
added an extra
or-
week this year, and so it just kind of made the season feel even longer.
Yeah.
All the
just-
records are going to be broken every year because the season's so much longer.
Right.
And they're probably going to add another game here sometime soon, too. So it's like, why do we need 20 games in the regular season?
Sophie says with the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, most of the watch-along channels I go to say they're going to do it, but they expect less people in the chat.
I would assume there'll be a few less people. I don't even know if I'm going to do it.
Pico says, well, at least cornhole is all year round.
Yes. You know what's funny about that, now that you mentioned that, is when the lockdown happened, when it officially happened, when they said, okay, the world's locked down, you can't leave your house.
Right. When they did their crap.
ESPN had live cornhole on because it was all social distance.
Right.
It was so funny. I'm like, well, I guess there's some sports still on because everybody else closed down, like the NBA. And come on, Nakamura, you've got to win this one. You can't job again. Do you think Drew will come out and beat the shit out of Sammy here in a minute?
Maybe.
I think that's how it is. Because of the disrespect that he showed.
Right.
And who deserves it more than Sammy? Big ass whooping. I mean, Drew was minding his own business. He said, look, just keep my name out your mouth and keep your nose out my biz. That's all he said. He wasn't being mean to him. And Sammy said, get out of my way. And he said, okay, I'm out of your way. So, just the blatant disrespect from Sami Zayn. Come on, Nakamura. At least Nakamura has honor, you know? Educated feet, the whole thing. He's the total package. He doesn't have a lot of upper body moves, but he does have that. What do they call that style that he uses?
Shinsuke?
Strong style. Strong style wrestling.
Strong style. That works.
It's a Japanese style of wrestling, but he's very feet orientated.
That's funny.
But there's not a lot of people that are, so he's different. Sammy, see the disrespect from Sammy? You see it? Like, it's just disgusting. Just slapping him, and now he's punching him. Come on, ref. Get a hold of the fucking match.
He's like, stop
If you can't control the match, you shouldn't be in the ring. Bexploder into the corner.
Not the Bexploder.
Here he comes. Here comes Drew. Here comes Drew. And knew it.
Oh no!
Oh, perfect. From there it is.
Sophie
Shinsuke.
says football is
Get
kind of all
shots
year
up.
round too with the new football league that The Rock is part of. Didn't ESPN
And
have
it's over.
WWE content for a while when the lockdown first happened? I don't know.
Look at that. Nothing. No cheating, nothing. He didn't touch him. There was no cheating.
That's funny.
Sammy just took his eye off the ball
Got beat up.
and got nailed.
People is like, how often do the actors riding horses need to brush up on riding them or even learn fresh altogether?
You know, if you know how to ride a horse, you'll always know.
And it might just depend on the horse, too. And some of them might not even know how to ride a horse. They could ride a horse, and then they just have a stunt double do it, for all we know.
Right.
I don't know if you're watching New Age ones or if you're watching old stuff. If you're watching old Westerns or new Westerns. If they're old Westerns, I'm going to say they all know how to ride horses. But if you're watching New Age stuff, I'm going to say meh. And it's good for them to know the horses that they're actually going to be riding. Just because it's better for the horse.
Look at, see? After the bell. Now, who deserves this more than Sammy?
I don't know.
After the disrespect. It's after the match. There was no cheating. They
True,
beat him clean.
yeah.
But now it's like, hey, did you still want me to move?
So Cody's going to come down.
He's the save-a-ho. I don't know why they would do him. I know,
Because
I guess.
it's Shinsuke, I guess.
Well, they got this match coming up. This is going to be a big thing. Hopefully, Cody doesn't get injured going into WrestleMania.
True.
Can you imagine if he gets injured?
Right?
How bad that would fuck everything up. I
They'd
mean,
have to
obviously,
be
they just
very
replace him with
careful.
The Rock.
It sucks butthole.
But we would be screwed. Like, he might never become champion. They might never finish the story.
Right.
That's it. Crossroads. Cody, the one-man wrecking crew.
He did it all by himself. It was because I was like, yes, more new. This is Appaloosa. Appaloosa, huh? I don't think I've seen that one.
Pretty good one. When I was a kid.
So more new as in like 80s, 90s kind of Western. Unless they've redone it again or something.
Oh.
Next week on Raw, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. That's happening.
One-on-one. That's a main event. They'll start the show out with that.
Right? I'm going to say that if I was a person who utilized or had horses that Hollywood utilized for their movies, I would make damn sure that whoever was riding those horses knew at least most of the basics of what the fuck they're doing. Because no matter how well the horse is trained, something could happen. No matter how well it's trained. That's with any animal. Because they're an animal, right? So they're not predictable.
Yeah, they could literally have a heart attack while you're riding it. And then what do you do?
So something could happen.
Especially when they clap.
And if I was the owner of said horses, I would want to make sure that those dumb assholes knew what they were doing. Every person that came in contact with the horse, rode the horse, or anything of that. So. But, anyways.
Yeah.
Pigla says, ever since you know who is injured, it really dampened my excitement. Yeah.
It's got to. Just like Seth
I mean,
getting
it was
injured there,
it was
too.
something that everybody was looking forward to, seeing him and, into WrestleMania and stuff like that and everything.
Well, especially the Seth Rollins story that was hand, gift wrapped.
Yeah.
Gift wrapped.
For all that stuff and everything. But, yeah. But, anyways.
Quentin Tarantino. Jamie Foxx's Django.
Django Unchained. All right, Pico says I could give a flip about The Rock and what's the buildup, right? Lots of stuff, right? All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight for Monday Night Raw. We'll be back again on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. So please, if you can, join us then. Otherwise, have a good rest of your night.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gap. Bye-bye.